and plastic cups. Plastic cups. No,
That's not how it goes.
that's not how it goes. I thought it was plastic cups.
No. You're the one with the kids.
Young adults, because as we established,
Yeah, but they have TikTok and they know Baby Shark. Okay,
I'm a grandpa.
Okay.
Grand old pa, because Reddit said he's old. So if he's old,
I am old as fuck.
I think we're all. I was gonna say we're all roughly the same age, but then that excludes Sensei. I think me and Redders are roughly the same age. But you fucking started it. You literally called yourself grandpa. Like, what am I? Like, I mean, like.
You did.
Like you started it. You know?
Yeah, I opened that door. I know.
You made this mod for your own back.
Here's something old people say. I cricked the door open. I cricked it open.
Cricked it. Listen, is it a creck or a creek?
A creck. It's creck. I cracked it open.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Is it creek or creck?
Creek, I think.
Creek.
Is it Creek?
Yeah, Creek.
I don't know, man. I went to public school in the Bronx. I don't know.
Listen, according to some people in Pennsylvania, and back when I was a fucking kid hanging out over there, they tell you that it's a creek.
Is it a creek? Okay, I thought creek was like a southern thing.
They would let you know that. Well, Pennsylvania, that's not really south, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, South Bronx. No.
No, what do you mean, Pennsylvania? Where do you get Bronx from?
Me. I'm talking about me.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I went to school in South Bronx.
So. Oh, you went to school in South
Bronx.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I think it's pronunciation at the end of the day. But hi, everybody. Hi, chat.
Hey, chat. If you guys don't know, Redders is joining us today.
What is going on?
Very special guest. Late minute dishes. Sorry about that, Redders.
It's all good. Can you hear me? Is my mic working?
Well, was watching you stream COD, one of our favorite games that we play a lot. So I was like, you know what? We're going to talk about COD today, the reaction for Season 2. Might as well bring him on and see what he's... Because I've seen how you were playing. Bro, we gotta link up because your game is good. Like, the way you play, I like it. It's really good. Like, your reaction times and how you shoot people.
We could talk about how I couldn't join the fucking kid for an hour. Like, literally, God. Like... He's streaming, he's just trying to play and whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, you know, Logic joined. And I'm over here like, okay, let's add each other. And he's trying to add me through Xbox, and, like, that wasn't working. And then we're like, all right, let's get Activision IDs. And then we can't see each other's friend requests. And I'm like, all right, we just gave up at the end of the day. It was stupid, man. I think the way we're going to get into a party is through you, because since you're on Xbox Kills, you basically just get into the same lobby, and then I could probably add him that way. Like, the game will probably allow me to add him once I get into a party with you guys. Like, you know what I mean? It's just stupid.
So I don't get that.
Reddit like, tell you he has anti PC can't join hacks on.
I don't know. I mean, listen. So, you feel bad for people trying to play the new ranked mode in Season 2. That was one of the things as well, because I know Ritters was mentioning, like, you know, all the new updates for Call of Duty in Season 2 being out, ranked mode dropped, which is cool until you get to the point where you're facing off against just everybody running walls and shit like that.
The dude's been waiting for the ones that have been playing CDL from iteration and been waiting for the addition of it. And watch CDL all day long. Yeah, that's the ones that have been playing those damn right.
Yeah, well, that, and then also just you got the pros that are just running into hackers like either every game or every other game, like legitimately, like I'm watching you through a wall. I have skeletons on. I'm aimbotting. Like, it's actually so that's why it's like I can't even as a PC player I can't blame people for like not having crossplay turned on. To be honest, at this point,
I'm the advocate of that. They need to stop forcing us to play crossplay with PC. Like, I don't mind
until they fix it. Ricochet doesn't work. Sorry, just
Ricochet don't work.
Ricochet doesn't work.
I'm not saying that you can turn it off on PlayStation, though, can't you? It's just
I think so, yeah.
but you won't be able to play Warzone. Like,
okay.
Yeah, you still have to turn it on even for Warzone. But it's a welcome addition that on PlayStation you can turn it off and on. On Xbox you can't, because that Xbox, PC, that's the thing, that's the ecosystem. And I get why they do crossplay, especially for modes like Warzone. It's it has to be populated. I don't think they don't have the numbers on the console side to just populate every Warzone game that you come across. But it's just like, give me the option of saying yes or no to playing crossplay with PC players. Like, give me that. Like, I want to say crossplay with PS5, crossplay with with Xbox, like it's stuff, but not crossplay where it's forced to be PC only. Like, I want to be where it's like, I want to link up a Logic. Let me turn on crossplay with PC. How we can link up.
And with the amount of people that play the game too, there really shouldn't be an excuse. I don't want to hear like, oh, it'll separate the player base. Like, I'm the PC person here saying like, Nah, fuck that. Like, there's enough people that play this game where you don't have to worry about, like, not being able to find a lobby. I think you will equally be able to find a lobby if you don't, you know what I mean? If you have crossplay turned off. Like, I think there's enough people playing where it's like, we don't have to worry about saturation at this point.
Well, if that's your worries, then start making this Warzone map a little bit smaller and less player count. 150 is a lot. That's a lot of fun. Like, how many times have we been stuck in the last final circles with like 60 players still left in the map?
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
In this tiny circle, like, okay, what's going on here? By the way, that's one of our topics later on. We'll be talking about that.
Yeah, no worries.
We usually start with introductions and how was the week. Since we have our guest Reddit today. Reddit, man, what you been doing this week?
Yeah, let's be cordial.
You know what? I've been battling this virus like the last 2 weeks. It's been pretty crap. But other than that, I played a lot of Hogwarts. Oh my god, I love that game. It's so good. I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan. But I love open world games, and that game just ticks all the open world box, ticks for me.
So. Not a Harry Potter fan, are you? No?
No, I never really got into it. Like, a lot of people like obsess over it. Like, to me, it's like Star Wars. A lot of people love it, but I'm like, it's all right. It's fair enough.
I get that. Okay.
I get that. I'm a casual fan of Harry Potter, so
same.
I definitely want to play this game right here.
Hopefully, Hogwarts is fantastic. It really is good. Yeah.
Did you play Elden Rings?
I did. I didn't like it though. I couldn't get into Elden Ring. It's just I've never been a fan of these.
Is that this is like the casual version of the Elden Ring. Like if that makes any sense.
Kinda, I suppose. Like, yeah, there is like times where you do feel like you are, the victim, like for a role playing game. But it's not it's not too bad. I mean, Elden Ring I couldn't stand because I'm not a big fan of games where you just run in, die, like, and you're not really progressing. I'm not a big fan of those kind of games. So like games like Elden Ring and Dark Souls, they just don't appeal to me. But for Hogwarts, it's a lot more forgiving. And if you do die, you can pretty much adjust quite quickly and get back into it and get it cleared. But it's just there's so much lore and shit to it, and there's so much to do and. My God, yeah, it's a massive time vampire. I love it.
Yeah, I felt myself getting sidetracked like 100% with the game.
Yeah.
As you two are playing, is there a difficult setting or?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you playing on, Ritters?
I'm playing on normal.
Same. I'm playing on Ritters too. I was just talking to Reborn before it kills. One of our buddies, and he said he was playing on hard. He said it wasn't that difficult, but I think hard probably would like just offer a little more of a challenge. I'm getting my ass kicked in some situations too, just even playing on normal. So it's like I'm kind of like content with where I am because I also too like I don't mind first playthroughs being like I'll play for story. I'll kind of just chill out a little bit, and I think it's still difficult even at normal. I think once you get into some of these battles with some of the actual wizards and stuff and the trolls and when you're fighting a bunch of different people with different shield types and you have to roll through all your different spells and stuff, it definitely offers you that whole, like, I mean, dare I say, like that Batman Arkham Asylum, like, parry perfect timing and like throw your spells out and make sure you're casting the right abilities for the right, enemy type. So, yeah, it definitely keeps you on your toes for sure.
That's probably my only gripe with it is the fact that you've got to keep managing your spells. Like certain spells don't work very well against.
Because I hear the what is it, the inventory slots is like 20.
You have to complete Merlin challenges and you can increase your inventory. There's so much to do in it. I mean, even the Merlin trials, there must be a good 50, 60. I mean, there's just so much to do.
Oh, that, and I like the fact that from what I'm reading and being told by Logic and anybody else who's complained is that depending on the house you pick, each one has their specific missions, and the game can't be completed unless you play with each house or something like that. Not completed, but if you're going for achievement, I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't get all the achievements unless you complete. Yeah. But you need to get to the map chamber with each school, or each
house.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
what house you in?
The full house. I'm a Ravenclaw. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Slytherin when I did my my hat thing. So
my buddy Tim got he got Slytherin as well. He's just been running around, advert cadaver.
You guys check the memes and the TikToks on Slytherin house where it's like you pick a whole different house, like Hufflepuff or what? Nobody picks Hufflepuff. Let me change that. Like if you pick a whole different house that is like you walk into like your room and then all of a sudden you hear like the Slytherin house like doing the whole music thing. And it's like they're having a party that you tell them like, whoa, I want to be there. Like, it's like,
why is Hufflepuff catching strays?
I don't know. Hufflepuff is like not it's not a pick rate. The pick rate is low as hell. Nobody's picking it.
Wait, is there an actual? Wait, is there an actual like thing? Is there an actual like stat to this?
Yeah,
hold
so
on, stop playing. Wait a second. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm looking this up.
yeah. There's a. It's like really low. Nobody's really picking Hufflepuff, but now people are picking it because they're finding out that you can do the chamber. What's that then? Azkaban.
The map chamber, yeah.
Yeah, you could do Azkaban with, and you can do that mission with Hufflepuff. So that's why now people are like, oh, wait a minute, what? I gotta pick Hufflepuff, but nobody really picks Hufflepuff. I mean,
the name. I just let the game choose for me. I didn't.
The name is implied. Hufflepuff. I mean, who wants to be Hufflepuff?
No, we're off the rails now, but I don't give a shit at this point because I'm showing it. I already looked it up here. Look at this. Hogwarts Legacy, we know that. On Twitch, ever got it. Map Chamber, where is this? On Steam, 15.6% of players have unlocked Toast of the Town achievement for starting the game as Slytherin. 12.27% of Xbox players had the same achievement. All right. Meanwhile, 13.36% of PlayStation gamers have Slytherin trophy at the time of this writing. This was February 10th, by the way, so 9 days ago. And then I guess most popular Hogwarts Legacy houses in order: Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. I guess you'd assume Gryffindor being maybe number 1 and number 2 only because of Harry and everybody.
That's my sorting when I went on the website. That's what I got sorted as Gryffindor.
Yeah, so like Gryffindor.
I might just change that though. I might go Slytherin the first time around.
Yeah, Harry got Gryffindor because he asked the hat for it, even though he is probably Slytherin, or just had the connection. Obviously, spoiler. But not really. Spoiler, but not really. But
I read the book, watched the movies, and blah blah blah. Yeah, spoiler.
Yeah, but Hufflepuff is last, so I guess that's not. I guess they deserve some strays. I mean, even going back to what Redders were saying, what we were saying too about like all the different houses, just how they designed Hogwarts and like how there's such difference between the different areas. Like when you go to Slytherin house and when you go to Ravenclaw and stuff, and just the whole design. Part, yes. Like you get caught up in the game itself, like where you're like, holy shit, I can't believe like they actually did this. Like they really expanded on the world, and like you saw things in the movies and you got glimpses of it and stuff, but then even just flying around and stuff, being like, holy shit, that's the train station where you come in. That's the river that you cross to go to that to the castle and to the school. It's like it's crazy.
It's like for me, it's like I keep watching all these clips and all these highlights, and the content creator had of me like put on the hat. I'm going, when I get this game, the shit that I would be doing as far as like montages and videos of the song. I already have all like everything in my head. Like I can't wait to pick it the game because I'll be making some cool ass clips with it. It's where I go automatically. Like that's why I've been with games. It's like I'll now look at a game and go, I can make great clips with this game while I'm doing it. I don't know if that's a weird thing or if anybody else that content creators experiences that, but it's like that's how I go into now playing games. Like I've evolved into that shit. Like, oh, I could do great clips with that, and this one will go perfect with that, and I can edit it this way. God, I'm such a nerd.
I'll tell you, I used to be a nightmare when it came to achievements. Like, if I couldn't get all the achievements, I wouldn't play the game. It was that bad on the Xbox.
Oh wow,
360.
Well, you never wanted
it's got
to.
Like that with me for a long time. I've since toned it back though. Like I was really letting achievements guide my way of playing video games.
And it's crazy because our friend group was like that. Our friend group was like that, where it's like I remember when Heartbeat got pissed off at me when I was hanging out with him in Virginia one time, like when he was living out of Virginia. He had his 360, and he was like, yo, let's go to GameStop, let's pick up some games, whatever like that. I picked up Redbox, Half-Life, like the Half-Life collection, Redbox.
Yeah.
I picked up one of the Tiger Woods games. I'm all over the place back then, right? I'm going back. I think I was like 20 or whatever it was. Like, I forget, right? And I picked up another game. I literally loaded the 3 of them on the account, and I think this was before you could technically remove the games from your account. Like, if you didn't do it. So I loaded all 3 of the games up, and I left him with, like, no fucking achievements done. Like, I think, like, I was 1% on the orange box for Half-Life, and he was so pissed because he was the completionist. He was the fucking completionist, man. He was so pissed off at me. He was like, I got these 3 fucking games. He goes, when am I ever going to play Tiger Woods? He gave me so much shit. I never heard the fucking end of that, man.
You got it bad. When you look at, like, as an achievement hunter, you start going, if I can't complete the game 100%, I ain't picking that up. No matter how good the game is, that's when you know it's gotten to the point where you're letting achievements, like guide your way of playing video games. And that's where I was like that back then with us, the group back then with the 360 era, and even a little bit of the beginning of the one.
Yeah.
But then I toned it because I got too addicted. Like I was really addicted to it. And then I started doing the same thing with the series, and I found myself again, achievements is the shit. I will always achievement hunt, but it got to the point where I was doing that, where I was looking at games going, if I can't complete it, I won't be playing that. And it got to the point like I was missing out on games that I really want to play because I couldn't complete the achievement. Like it's fun to do the achievement thing. I love doing it. I love the rare pop, all that. But it's like then allowing myself not to play games because I can't pop an achievement on it is where I was going. And I'm like, oh,
and that's the problem, man. I've missed out on so many fucking good games because I was in that mindset. But nowadays, I literally just play shit, and if I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. It's I will always.
That's why I had to get that. I had to get to that point myself. It just I'm very easily a creature of habit, where it's like when I get into a routine with achievements, I go too far with it. I go way too far with it. To the point I stopped enjoying games because I wanted to get the achievements.
There was a point where like me and you were neck and neck on achievements, and then from out of nowhere, you must have shot ahead like 100,000.
That's when I was like really addicted. I was like, this is a few months. Like it was like 6 months in a row. Actually, the whole last year. I just got into it like that. Really heavy.
He literally no, Redders. He didn't just get into it. He literally fucking started an achievement community on Twitter, and he rallied the fucking troops. You would have thought like he was, I don't even know. Like he just had the masses come out. I'm like, where are all these achievements? Seriously. And you put the battery in the back of like everybody. Where like people were like, Nick was hitting you up, everybody's hitting you up. Was like, oh, I'm gonna pass you this month. And the second somebody said that to him, like, oh, I'm getting close. There's another 10,000 achievements like just in the bag.
You know who has never and will never pass me in a monthly leadership board, right?
Who?
He's in our chat right now. It's Infinite.
Oh God.
Umbra? Yeah, Umbra, you will never ever pass me on achievement.
The man's busy. Don't do that to him. He's got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, true. He is a busy man. So I think he's starting up his own pod and everything. Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's starting up his own pod. So that's gonna be pretty good. I'm very interested in that. So, but Redders, man, I know we derailed here. So what's up with the week? Harry Potter or Hogwarts? Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. Started streaming again tonight because I was sitting there. I was like, I'm bored shitless. Fuck it. I'm just gonna see if I can still do a stream. And I thought I'd check out the season 2 of Modern Warfare. My God, I haven't played it in like a good 60 days, so like 2 months. Since I 1K'd it, I just don't. Usually I 1K a game and I never go back to it. It's usually that bad.
Wait, you 1K'd Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, 1K'd it. And
I haven't yet, man. I'm missing 2 achievements, and that's for the I think Spec Ops is what's missing.
Oh yeah, 2 of them are
fucking hate that mode.
Yeah, 2 of them are really hard.
Yeah,
but I got lucky with it, and I haven't played it since. So I went back today because season 2's out, and I wanted to have a look at it because I love Japanese.
I told you this in your stream. Anything Japanese theme, I'm a sucker for it. Like
it looks beautiful. But, that's pretty much it. That's all I've been playing. I'm gonna try out Shadow Warrior 3 at some point this week, and then you got
do so. Well, it's fun. It's just pure fun. It's just it's not a game.
That's Shadow Warrior 1 was another game that I gave up because I couldn't get the achievements.
This one seems fairly easy. 3?
Yeah.
It seems fairly easy.
Yeah.
Like I was just playing just to try it out, and I popped like maybe 300 points achievements on it, playing for like 45 minutes.
I saw on Twitter yesterday some guy saying 2 hours into Shadow Warrior 3 and I've already got like 500 gamer score. I was like, okay, I'm going to play that. I need to fudge those numbers, you know what I mean?
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, with a reputable game too. With a reputable game, something that's got a little bit of substance in it.
Not like 6,000 gamer score for fucking Cruz Brothers. Oh my God, that's the worst.
You saw that shit?
I've ever played. Yeah.
First game ever to have 6,000 achievement points. That's ridiculous. Like how did you get
5,000? I haven't done the 6,000.
No, it's 5. It's 6,000. Yeah, it's the first game ever because I think the rule that Xbox has is 5Gs. That's it, and it has to be like in a certain kind of it has to be challenging or whatever the rules are. Never past that. But for some reason, somehow they had this one guy go crazy and harassed the developer DCF of that game, saying, "Oh, you're just doing it for the money and you're exploiting the community." It's like, bro, relax. It's just $5. Oh, it ain't that big of a deal. It's just $5. Relax.
Ash has always given me shit for playing like the easy chibi games, and to be fair, he's got a point because I do miss the days where like the indie games were 200 gamer score. And
remember that? Yeah.
1,000 gaming score.
Yep.
We spoke about that. Yeah, it used to be 200 points for arcade games, or if you had the Windows Phone, it was also 200 points. It was really capped, and the achievements were very challenging. Very challenging.
People are really cashing in on achievement hunters now, and
of course, yeah.
I mean,
to some extent, it is kind of exploiting the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen good things about Shadow Warrior 3, so I'll check that out this week. But you got Atomic Heart. Is it Tuesday? Atomic Heart is out.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be midnight, I believe, a launch for everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and take a trip to New Zealand. So
you can only do that so many times a year, though, can't you?
Like, no, well, I don't know. In the States, you could do that. There's no limitations to it in the States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's handy. I think. I'm sure there was like limitations here that you could only do it so many times a year. I think it's like 3 times a year.
And then what you have to make, and then what you would have to make like New Zealand your home country, basically, or just
pretty much. I might be wrong. I might be talking about the Xbox Home actually.
I gotcha.
Home console 3 times.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not handy, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Atomic Heart. I don't think it's going to be a massive, 90, 80 Metacritic. I think it'll be like a 70, 75.
But still a solid game, though, right?
Stunning.
Yeah.
It looks stunning.
I really, if you know me, I really could care. I like the whole meta thing and reviews. I don't do them. I just like these guys know Logic and like the people I hang out with on Xbox. They know I'm like when it comes to reviews and like Metacritics, I shit on it all day. Like I can give 2 shits about how some like especially IGN, like these mainstream are like it's like they review games. It's like they seem to talk about the everything but the game. You know what I mean? It's like, and the politics of this game, and it's like, bro, did you play the game? Are you playing the game? Like, I need to know the game. I don't want to hear your views on the political takes of it, on the sexual orientation. Just give me game.
Oh man, that shit fucking winds me up. And the thing, like, especially with Hogwarts and shit. I mean,
it's horrible.
Well, it's in general, lately every game's been like that. I mean, every fucking game.
I think the developers of Hogwarts went above and beyond to be inclusive. I mean, you got a transgender main character, you've got a lesbian researcher who's openly lesbian and says she's got a wife. There's Japanese professors, Indian professors. They're very inclusive.
You know what?
This whole mentality.
This game is not inclusive, Redders. It's not inclusive. They don't have the 44-year-old sitting at home doing absolute shit, drumming it up in a video game. So it's not inclusive at all. I'm appalled. I'm really appalled.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Appalled?
Yep. That's the one.
Okay, I'm appalled.
Appalled.
I like the whole argument of don't buy Hogwarts because it's got ties to a person who bullies a group of people, and the first thing they do is go on Twitch streams and literally hurl the most horrendous abuse at people. So in one sentence they're saying don't support this game because the creator is a bully. And then they go online and bully people for playing the game. It's like you lost the fucking plot.
and then when that didn't fly, and I'll try to keep this one short too, they started launching the whole anti-Semitism route.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they went the whole anti-Semitism route with the goblins.
Yeah.
The game's anti-Semitic because
really?
Dude, okay. Honestly, it's like I couldn't deal. I really couldn't fucking deal. I just everybody, and then streamers were afraid to like stream it, even though it ended up becoming the most streamed.
They were getting harassed.
That's what it is. It's like. They had to come out with like these big disclaimers, like I'm gonna play this game. It doesn't mean I believe in what this fucking chick believes in. I'm just gonna play this game because I want to play it. Dude, streamers were literally putting disclaimers out and being like, "Yo, I want to play this, but I don't want to get hate and backlash from people." So like, this is like legitimate, like actual disclaimers. So it's crazy.
Yeah, tell me how much you hate. Tell me how much I shouldn't play the game because it has all these anti-whatevers while you're tweeting it on a platform that the owner. You know what?
I know. That's why that's sinkhole. Forget about it.
Yeah, it's a sinkhole. It's like, I'm not even gonna. It's just I hate that the gaming space lately has become that. It's become like it's like negative this and hate that, and it's like nobody. Do you guys? Does anybody play games anymore to laugh and have a smile and get away from real life?
And actually entertain themselves.
And actually entertain yourself.
To jump on, man. That's the problem. And it's not just gaming. It's like movies and shit. Everyone just loves
everything. Sports, movies, fucking sneakerheads go at it. I'm like, I've seen sneakerheads go at it. Like, dude, it's just a piece of rubber that's made in some country that you're paying over $100 for. Why are you arguing about the semantic? Like, it's just, I've seen this in every aspect of entertainment or anything. It's just crazy how nobody can sit down and just play a game and smile and have fun with it. If you don't like it, move on. Not everything deserves your opinion. Everything needs to be said out loud. Just move on. Like, just move on.
Yeah. Atomic Heart's gonna go the same way. I'm the same. I'm not one of these Metacritic, fucking followers.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Play the game if you want to play the game. Make your own decisions, and But you can guarantee that Atomic Heart's gonna come out and it will literally get review bombed just for the fact that it's on Xbox Game Pass, regardless of how good the game is, and that's what I'm dreading.
That's a pity. That's a pity. But you know what I'll be doing? I'll be playing Atomic Heart, stream it. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I might be streaming it this
You know what? I'm gonna double feature this shit. I'm gonna stream both Atomic and Hot Wars when I get it. I'm just fucking. I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm gonna be a rebel.
Atomic Heart's on one screen and Hogwarts on the other.
And I'm gonna turn on smile throughout the whole process.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree with 100. Just fucking keep your politicals.
Yeah.
What's
100?
Movies. Stupid.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything, and like you said, you don't have to, take a stand on every, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine if you want to share your beliefs or whatever like that too, but it's like, it's the imposing of said beliefs on other people that's just, it's wild to me.
I mean, having an opinion and having a stand for something. Well, having an opinion, having a stand for something, that's awesome. You should have a stand and opinion on something. Just don't. You shouldn't be toxic about it. You shouldn't force your opinion on somebody as factual.
Absolutely. You shouldn't be willing to die on every little fucking hill. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
No, bro, every hill. It's like, geez. As I say, if you're on Twitter, just let them speak. Eventually, they'll just go. They'll do a whole 360 and come back on their own logic and fall apart. The logic will just fall apart. It's like, okay, cool. But yeah, man.
So how was your week, Kills?
I was trolling some streamers that was playing Hogwarts and been playing some games. Madden 23, continue playing that franchise online.
Very nice.
With the boy, my son. Did play the Shadow Warrior 3. I did play 2. I didn't play 1. I did play 2 when it was on Game Pass a while ago. But 3 seems to be it's fun. It's easygoing if you want something to like in between like your serious gaming. Like I do COD a lot, so like if I want something to like just chill, I try. Shadow Warrior is a really good game for that. Obviously, been playing some Modern Warfare, still on my Warzone grind. What else did I do this week? I'll try to see if I can catch Ant-Man. I want to watch that in theaters, so hopefully I can do that. Let's see. I redeemed Apple TV. I don't know if I spoke about this last week, but I redeemed the 3 months Apple TV that Game Perks is giving us.
Yes.
Cool enough, because I've gone through this before. When you redeem a free whatever code for any of these streaming services, if you already had an account, they won't let you do it. It has to be a new account. But with Apple TV, cool enough, it was like, no, you got it. I had an account with Apple TV a while ago, but they still let me use it 3 months. So I redeemed it, and the first thing I jumped into is Ted. Oh my God, what's that show?
Is it Ted Lasso? Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso. Yeah, I was right. It has 2 seasons. I'm already on season 2, but loving the shit out that show, man. Ted Lasso is a good show, and I think season 3 is about to drop here soon. And then waiting for tonight to watch The Last of Us. I think episode 5.
6.
I need to go back to that. I did the first episode and I haven't watched any since. But then, to be fair, I don't like shows that are like still running. I like to wait for the show to finish
and then just watch it through. Yeah.
Last of Us is one of those shows. Last of Us is one of those shows. Unfortunately, I already started watching it, so it's like I'm hooked. I can't stop. Like I can't wait to keep to hoard it up. But it's a good show. But I do that a lot. I did that with I believe I did it with Halo. Halo I did episode as well. Even though I was trying to do it where it's like let the season finish, but I couldn't because everybody kept talking about it on Twitter. So it's like I'm gonna get spoiled, so fuck it, I'm gonna watch it. So I kept watching it every week. There are certain shows like Walking Dead. I just finished watching the last season. I waited for the whole thing to happen. And I just
I got to like season 8 and they brought Negan in and I was like, this is fucking shit. I just don't want to watch this anymore.
I tell you what, Negan was an asshole in that show, but his redemption arc in the final season is phenomenal.
I just can't bring myself
so well written. Yeah, it's probably the only reason I kept watching season 8 because the whole season was a wash. But like Negan's his redemption arc it's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful.
I'm currently working my way through Peaky Blinders. I'm on season 4.
I
that's
love
logic right
Peaky.
there.
I
That's logic.
love Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders. Cillian Murphy, man.
He's so good, isn't he?
He's so good. All of them. Literally all of them. They're amazing in that show. But it's just Cillian Murphy is fucking amazing. I love him. I can't wait to see Oppenheimer as well too in July, man.
That's gonna be good. Oppenheimer's gonna be good. Yes.
So it's just.
I want to know how they did the practical nuke. Like, how did they do it?
Like, I don't know. It was just Warner Brothers just once again just giving Christopher Nolan a fuck ton of money and saying like, hey, like, I go figure some shit
out. They gave
out.
a blank check. Fuck that. They gave him a blank check and said, do whatever you want with it because we know
basically at this point, they'll let him do anything, even explode a nuclear warhead somewhere or an atomic bomb. So I don't.
Practical effect, which I'm trying to see how the fuck he pulled that off.
I mean, I guess they could maybe like just get a bunch of TNT and make it seem like because it's a lot what the original A bombs were. I mean, I don't know the full technicality of how the original atom bomb worked, but I know there was a lot of TNT involved in it.
There'll probably be some what's it called? Like CGI to it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it wasn't like it's like when they tell you like in Interstellar, like when you watch Interstellar from 2014, it was like, yeah, no, a lot of these shots he did practical. It's like, yeah, but they didn't practically go to fucking Jupiter. Like they didn't they didn't go it's like no they didn't travel through a wormhole. They couldn't practically do that.
This movie was filmed partially in Mars or Jupiter.
Well, because I remember, and I love Interstellar, I really do. But they really try to, because they got like this big time astrophysicist to go and like do all the science for it. It's like, this is how we would do it if we really could do it. This would be it.
Oh,
this was the science. And this, this is how the black hole would look, and this is what we would see. And it's like, oh, it's cool. But they still, like you said, had to punch that into a computer.
Yeah. All that gets punched to the computer.
Yeah.
BMG says Picard season 3. I haven't even started that. Well, I kind of watched 2 or 3 episodes.
Picard's cool. That's also. I guess you guys read. You guys have Paramount out there? Paramount Plus?
No, I don't think so.
Because that's where it's CBS, but I thought Picard was Paramount Plus.
That's on Paramount. It is on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. BMG.
When I had the free, when the Halo dropped, they gave us the free code.
Oh, okay.
I started watching it, and then I was like, "Damn, I'm waiting for all that to come out." And it's now on its final season. So I'm gonna wait for that to finish up, and I'll just catch up on it.
They got Paramount Plus in the UK. Very good. Very good. Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Well,
you know what else? Actually, BMG might actually Mayor at Kingston. Kingston.
Yeah, that's a show your brother keeps wanting me to watch, and I'm like, I'll watch it eventually, man.
Dude, Jeremy Renner, man, gotta. Yep.
Oh, he's the man. He's the
man. How's he getting on now? Like he's out of hospital.
He's rehabbing. He's good, thank God. But not like all the way back, obviously. But he's just he's working through it because he got he got put through the ringer. To say the least.
Was he saving his nephew, right?
And the whole machine. And literally. Yeah. So it's just
crazy, man.
You kind of just definitely pray for him.
It was very close to death.
100%. Yeah, it was. 100%. But he pushed through and everything like that. Got really good care. And now he's just on the rehab stint of it. So you definitely wish well for him for sure after something like that.
Man, fucking Thanos doing the whole snap again. Fuck him.
Seriously, right?
That was my week, Logic.
It was like fucking hardware failure, wasn't it? Like the truck rolled and it shouldn't have or some shit.
Yeah. His nephew was in a ditch stuck with his vehicle, I guess, and he went to go save him, or they say save is the word they're using, but he went to go rescue him.
Yeah.
Or get him out of that situation, and something happened where I guess he didn't leave his machine on park, or it was on ice and it slipped, something like that, and the whole machine fell on him.
It's wild.
On his leg. And
but it was wild. Like it wasn't supposed to do that or some shit. Like there was like safety features that were supposed to prevent that from happening. And,
I'm sure a lawsuit will come out of it somehow.
Yeah.
If it was a malfunction feature.
Man, I dread to think. I dread to imagine what his fucking hospital bill's like with you guys in America. Jesus.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, I'm sure he probably I'm sure he pays like a premium probably too. Technically, it's weird because actors are unionized technically, so it's like but they still, but because
whatever it is.
but they also probably still pay a ridiculous amount of money for health insurance. You'd have to imagine, especially like the care of the hospitals they go to and stuff. So I'm sure it would still be ridiculous.
We treat insurance, medical insurance, like a luxury, not a necessity. So
that part right there. But yeah, man. So obviously, you wish well for him. But no, listen, my week was pretty low key. Outside of I'm an Elk now. That's cool.
Yes, sir. He's an elk,
Yeah, I'm an
baby.
elk. So we have Redders. I don't know if you know, but the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, basically like a social club. They started back in the late 1800s over here. A bunch of a bunch of theater guys. They got together and they said, "Hey, we want to like help people, and
Yeah.
and we're bored, so we want to go out drinking after
Ah.
we do our shows. We want to go drink. We
All
want to hang
right.
out, right? And then they're like, hey, and then we want to do this in like everywhere we go when we travel, and then we also want to help the communities when we travel and stuff like that. So they created the Elks. It's a lot more to it. I'm really like top level.
Right. So you go out and get pissed and help people.
Yeah, well, or hopefully you'd help people first and then go get shit faced. Right. Hopefully it's they flip the order on it. But yeah, so I was actually, and it's cool because the lodge that I joined, it's where I go and I play cards weekly. So I'm in a
Wow,
weekly
cool.
setback league. So I just happen to be familiar with people, and it's in the same town that I graduated high school from. So you
Cool.
end up bumping in one of the guys that is like one of the officers in the lodge. I graduated with his daughter back in '07. So it's weird. Like the people, it's definitely a place where you can socialize, bump shoulders, network, and
Yeah, yeah.
obviously help your community and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's cool.
I've
yeah.
been part of a social club at one point or other right before I met my wife. It was the MILF Club. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
The
Okay.
MILF Club.
Yeah,
Okay.
MILF. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
good, it was a good club. It was a good club before I got married. It was a great club. But yeah.
Is it like a legit club or like a strip club?
It was more. I mean, the meetings were held at strip clubs, but that's neither here or there. Man. It's just that is what it is.
B team.
Yeah,
Yeah, but oh my God. But yes, I got that out the way, and I just been gaming, man. Just I did something crazy last night. I'll tell you real quick. I downloaded Miscreated again. I don't know if you guys remember, or if you guys ever heard
Oh
of that
my
game.
God, that's
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah. Why
Dude,
did you download it again?
because I don't know. There's 118 people online for it right now. Back when I was playing it, there was a lot more than 118 people. But it's one of those original
Oh yeah.
early survival horror games. Now that everybody
Mhm.
loves, it's like, when you think about games like Escape from Tarkov, you think about Rust and Days and stuff it's like that. It's like
Yeah.
early on, you know. So I download. Oh Jesus! All right, yeah, I'm sure that's good that you put that through. Thank you.
Wait. Who?
My
Hey,
mate's
hey. Yeah,
who's your
yeah.
mate?
Who's your mate? Who's your mate? BMG. Like that's the
Name
question.
and shame. Come on.
Drop that name. No.
Who's the mate? Is it one of your fellow pod mates? Like what's up? Like what do
Oh
we?
shit.
Wait, if she's a MILF to you, she's gonna be like 60, isn't she? Isn't
Oh
that
Oh
good?
shit.
shit!
Wow. Wow.
All right, we're off.
Wow. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. It's got to be 60, man. At least.
We're off the rails
Yeah.
on this one. Holy
At
shit!
this point, it'll be a gill for him.
Oh
Pretty sure it's a
my
guilt for
God!
BMG.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
That's good. Yeah,
proceed.
he go take her on a date and play some shuffleboard after.
What is it? Bridge?
Yeah, some bridge.
Play some bingo? Bingo?
She was 60. She'd be a gilf. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
At least we're all on the same page here. Oh
I
my
bet he
God.
loved it when she takes her teeth out.
Oh
Oh shit.
no.
No. BMGs be like, all right, 25. I'm in. I
Right,
got it.
All right, back on track. All right, so yeah,
Back on track.
so Miscreated, yeah. So I was just messing around with that, dude. But they added like radiation poisoning now, which I can't eat anything. I died like 7 times every time because once you die, it's permadeath. You restart in the server. Yeah. So it's just
I couldn't do
so
that.
yeah. So it's permadeath by default. It's permadeath. You die, and then you could go. I think if you load back into the server. It's not a new instance. It's just you. Like you could probably go back and like if you collected shit, you could find your stuff. But if you got killed by like another player, then obviously they would probably take your stuff and leave. So, but I was messing around with that.
Right there.
Yeah, I was bored. I was bored a little bit. 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was doing that. But yeah, man, just that Call of Duty, League of Legends, a lot of Hogwarts, and yeah, man, just gaming. Obviously, looking forward to the pod too. So that's pretty much where I'm at. That was my week.
Good shit. Sound like everybody had a good week in
I think
gaming
so.
and personal life stuff. And BMG, we've discovered loves gilfs. But let's shut out the chat before we move into these topics. Let's use in the timber, of course, my Brazil brother in the house. We got Redders, he's in the chat, but he's also our guest today. Hey, I just got a gift from Nick. Nice, thank you, Nick. Check that out. Yobi in the chat, always with the peace, love, life, love that man. And then we have, let's see, I'm going up and down.
So Umbra, right? Umbra.
Plume is in here. Plume Network, he's in here.
Yep.
The #1 insider in Twitter. He's my insider. So, and then we have Muppet. Oh, Muppet's here. Good to see Muppet. Of course, Umbra, brother Umbra there. Hey, Umbra, we got to get together, man, because we did your show. I need you guys to be on our show soon, man. We got to get together and talk about that stuff, man. I know you're a busy man, busy man, but we got to get together about that, man. Good show. Was it Friday? Real good show. Then we have, who else was in here? 100 came by. He's probably gone now. He shows up for like 2 minutes and he leaves. But shit, 100. Yeah. Shinrock. Hey, my brother Shinrock, always from the boogie down. He's in the house. Of course, Bald Man Gamer. We've already established he loves gilfs. And I believe I hit everybody up. And then we have XPN Network. I believe that's Ash, right? He's running that account.
Yeah, Ash is here. Yeah, that's how.
Ash is here with his bullshit FF7 takes.
Yes.
He's in the chats.
Yeah, it's cliche. By way, guys, it's cliche at this point if I bring it up. So I'm glad that you did that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Thank
chat,
you.
If you don't
That's
know,
a duo.
Ash, who's running the XPN Network account, he hates FF7. He calls it the worst Final Fantasy iteration in the cycle of Final Fantasy. So let him know how you feel about that. Yeah. I mean, even though I think he's on the remake now. He's purchasing remake, or he said it was expensive or something like that.
Final Fantasy 10 was king. No one can change my mind.
I love. I really? See, but that's the thing too. I love 10 because that was really, even though 7 was my first 7 was my first iteration, but 10 I played the most. 10 I literally I had a save file that was over 200 hours. And I wouldn't beat and when I ended up beating Sin, I ended up 3-hitting him like it was stupid. Like everybody had everybody else's skill tree. It was dumb. I had all the ultimate weapons. Yeah.
Let me address Yobi here because he likes doing this a lot.
What do you say?
It makes me laugh. He says, Umbra, tell Sensei no. All of a sudden he wants you on his show now that you know
now that you pretty much have a show.
Have a show. See, here's the thing, Yobi.
Damn.
Unlike many people who go to different pods and have to put a comment there to feel like they're there, I lurk. I'm there. I'm watching shows. I don't have to comment.
You are king. You are King Lurk, by the way.
Yeah, I'm King Lurk. I'm offline all the time on my Xbox. I'm watching podcasts offline. I don't have to comment. These guys that I tell people, hey man, we gotta communicate. They know I'm there. I'm support. I don't have to be on there commenting all the time. So Yobi, go suck it. Anyway,
I'd call you an introvert if it wasn't for us doing this podcast.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, legit.
Oh man, but yeah. I don't know. Just some people need to have a comment put in these shows just to be like, I'm here. See, I'm supporting.
No, but that's true too. But yeah,
I wave the flag some other way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Those who have my support know they have my support 100%.
That's fact.
Off and online, so it is what it is. But man, let's get into these topics, man.
Dude, so it's funny actually because one of the first topics we'll start to because we are a shill for Call of Duty, as everybody knows.
We are shill.
Redders was actually playing Season 2 earlier today on his stream. So we'll start with the immediate reaction. Yeah. Redders, how do you feel about your small little window of Season 2 in Call of Duty?
I like it, but I feel like a lot of the content is like orientated around Warzone, and that's not a mode that I play. So,
yes.
I'm a multiplayer player. You know what I mean? I like the run and gunning. I don't like the whole Warzone mentality of like, you run around for half an hour trying to find gear only to get shot in the fucking back by someone sitting in the corner. I just don't like that mentality of Call of Duty. But from what I played earlier, I mean, it still feels great. I mean, I like that it's slowed down quite a lot. The guns feel a bit more, balanced.
Okay.
Yeah,
they did do a weapon pass for the guns. So yeah.
I'm glad they're domed in the game now. That was a good map back in the day.
Yes, it was. Yep, that's classic.
And it's good to see that the museum is back as well, because I know that got taken out for a bit because the lights.
You see how dirty it looks now?
Yeah,
from the beta, it's really dirty now.
Did you like museum from the beta, Redders?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
were you a fan? Okay.
I was surprised it was missing from the.
But you know why it was missing, right?
Yeah, it's like some sort of like licensing conflict
Yes.
or some shit. Like they put it in the game and it wasn't
Shit, they never asked for the fucking permission. They just
Yeah.
said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take pictures and make a map out of it."
Yeah, they never asked for permission, and they literally didn't change. Like it almost looks like a 1-to-1 like copy of like the real place. So
I've just seen on the screen here. Is that Afghanistan coming back?
Yes.
No.
Wait, it's not Afghanistan. Wait, I forgot what. Is that what they called it? It was a map in Afghanistan. Was it called Afghanistan in Modern Warfare 2?
It was called Afghan, where there was a plane in the middle.
Yes.
What it is that there's an event that happens in Warzone. There's a part of the map called the Caves. I don't know what the first name is, but it's called the Caves, which literally is Afghan. It was missing the plane. But this season, they decided to make it like a small little event when you're flying in. The actual plane is crashing into the caves, and it becomes.
I hope they bring that back as a multiplayer map. That was such.
It was a great. We talked about it.
This one.
We talked about it on last week's pod because I literally was like, that was our first view of 402. That was the first clip that Infinity Ward showed off when they wanted to show host migration. So when they wanted to add host migration, they literally showed it off on that map. So funny enough, but yeah, man.
Oh, that's great.
He shouts at you. Dang.
To be fair, the game I played with him was Grounded, and his first instinct was to fucking kill me. So I was like, "Yeah, don't play with BMG anymore."
Team killing is not a thing, BMG.
Yeah,
we're on the same team.
You asshole.
Now, Redders, I saw you playing core. Have you ever like dipped into hardcore modes at all with Call of Duty, or just?
I started playing Tier 1 towards the end of the last season pass because I was trying to knock up those long shot kills.
I'm gonna stop you there. Hardcore, not Tier 1 hardcore.
Well, no. Well, he hasn't. Yeah. Well, he hasn't played this.
Totally.
In previous Call of Duties, have you played hardcore mode at all, or were you mostly just core?
I played hardcore a lot back in the day on
because that was the big thing as well with Season 2. They literally put back hardcore mode into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I definitely
hardcore mode.
Yeah, I recommend you checking it out.
At the end of the last season, when it was Tier 1, just to try and get some of those long shot kills, because like on core you can be fucking drilling someone from across the map for ages and not get the kill. So I started playing it just for long shots.
Pretty much why hardcore mode I think got created anyways. It became maybe not for that, but it became a mode to play for long shots and to get your camo grind going. Because getting long shots on core it can happen, but it's a slow process. Unless you're that good, it's a slow process, man.
Yeah,
especially with like the SMGs and shit. And you're trying to get long shots across the map on core with SMGs. It just doesn't.
It was a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Fucking long shots, SMGs on core. Oh my god.
The only weapons I like really going for, like when I was going, is any of the launchers, the like mainly it's like riot shield. I know the snipers and the knives. I like doing on core modes, and that's only because you get to live longer. And that's so
shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, there's certain maps that we all know in the COD community that you play, like for shield camo.
Yeah.
You want to play shipment. It's easier that way for knife, like stabbing. Shipment's a good map for it. Long shots, shoot house.
Yep.
Was a good one on the wall. Just get on the wall and just shoot across. But it seems like this iteration of players are good on
first. I never do well on shoot house when it comes to long shots. A lot of people say it's good to do, because you got the two walls.
Get on the wall.
Look at each other. But I just get killed like the second I get on it, so I get frustrated with that.
For me, long shots frustration with snipers because these maps don't feel like they're big enough to, the exception of that one. What's that map? That deserty broken building map?
Yeah.
You played the stream too. That's a good map for long shots. But other than there's not really these maps are not they're designed in a way it was you can get out of these challenges done, but the long shots are you gotta go.
But the angles are weird. Yeah. Like even when you're playing Hydro, like Zakari, like the Hydro station
Hydro,
map, like that one is also weird. Like to get long because there's certain areas that you could look to get like a sight line, but a lot of the times you're just up in people's faces, in a lot of the game modes as well too. So it's definitely difficult to get them. It's the racetrack map as well too. Same thing. It's where are you getting long shots or Farm 18? Like where are you you know what I mean?
Reddit's established that Farm 18 is probably the fan favorite for this Call of Duty. In my opinion.
I love Farm 18. I think it's a great map.
It's a
It
great
reminds
map.
me of that map from Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, the very first Modern Warfare. There's a map on that reminds
That's why it's
me
well
of.
liked, because it has that feeling of a Modern
Yeah.
Warfare, original map. Yeah.
I
Yep.
can't remember the name of it, but there was like two warehouses and they were like overlooking each other. And then right down the middle, there was like a lane. And you used to get snipers up on the hill and they would shoot down
Are you talking about
between the
Block?
buildings. I can't think of the name of the map.
Well,
I think it
Block was the one with the apartments, the one that was in
right,
Ukraine.
right.
In
On
Ukraine.
both sides.
Yeah, in Pripyat.
No,
You were like
it
in
wasn't that one.
Pripyat. Yeah, that one was a good. I really like that map actually. That was a classic.
Yeah.
I want
For
Breakcourt,
snipers?
man.
Hell yeah.
Bring back Breakcourt. I used to
Yeah.
love rifles only Breakcourt. That was some
Yeah.
fun.
There's some good. I mean, hopefully they because we don't know what the hell's going on no more. I don't know if they still doing a 2-year cycle on this game or not, with the rumors of the new one coming out this year. But
Right.
hopefully they add those maps, man, because there's plenty of Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 maps that are classic that we will all like. I mentioned this on your stream. That is Overgrown. Overgrown is one of those maps that I would keep talking about it. I want that map to be part of it because I feel like the movement in this game fits perfect for those maps. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's perfect for those maps.
Yeah.
Like, it would fit really good, But yeah.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to
really
play
like
like certain game modes like on that map too, like Search and Destroy, like back on on Overgrown again.
Yep.
Absolutely. What were you gonna say, Redders? I'm sorry.
Call of Duty is always a bit hit and miss for me. Like, I don't really like the Treyarch ones anymore. I think Black Ops 2 was like the last decent Treyarch pod they put out.
You played Cold War?
No, I never got around to playing it.
Okay, Cold War was pretty decent actually.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that other one? Oh, is it Raven Software? They do COD.
Well, but Raven's pretty much Warzone.
Like the Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale, yeah. I mean, they all do everything now. Treyarch worked on the ranked play for this. Like literally, like the ranked play is from Treyarch.
That's why it feels so good, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
it
looks
well. It's well implemented, well launched. The problem is, it's just And then I was gonna say, not like I said, I don't want to get super negative, super weird about it, but I was gonna ask you, Kill, since I think you played a little of the BR before we kind of got into that. Like, what were your takeaways so far, like from what you've played? Like with the BR and everything with the new season.
I've been mainly sticking to the BR stuff.
Sure.
I'm with Vetters though. I have to echo the whole. It feels like I paid $100 for the game because I'm a COD head.
Sure.
So it feels like the free side of the game is getting more love nowadays in the last few years because of Warzone and all that stuff. Like it's getting more love than the actual paid customers are. Because if you break it down, the multiplayer. It got 4 maps, 2 for the 6v6 and 2 for the
ground war,
ground wars and all that.
Yep.
Like it's got that, and then you got 3 weapons, right? But on the Warzone side, you got the Ashika Island, what I call the Isaka Island. You got the research that came back, and you got the Warzone being, with the movement now, you could play it up and run at the same time.
Yes.
Doors. Like it got more love this time around. So and weirdly enough, I was saying this before we went live. Like I was the multiplayer, still am. But this Call of Duty feels like I balanced it out more with both. I started off very heavily because of the camo grind on the multiplayer side, but here recently, in the last few months, I've been playing a lot of Warzone.
Warzone 2.0 is fun to play. I do have to. It was fun when we played it. It's fun. I feel like it is fun to play without it having to be all this. I understand there's a lot of people that enjoyed the cracked out movement that the previous Warzone it still has technically, like the Vanguard, the slide canceling. I understand that had like a lot of outplay potentially, but that I think is a lot. What turned me off from the original Warzone is that just everybody you ran into was just like a slide canceling king or queen. Yeah, and it just more, Sorry, go. No, go ahead, Redders. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the more that Call of Duty tried to go for that faster movement and the double jumping and the fucking hovering and shit, the more it turned me off.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like mid-30s now. I can't keep up with that shit. My reactions are slowing down. I prefer a slower paced Call of Duty. I mean, even this one gets pretty.
I think for the most part, in our party, is because we've been playing COD since we've known each other like high school days. So it's been years we've been playing Call of Duty. I feel like it's getting to that point, and I think we've commented a few times in our party chats when we playing Call of Duty that we got into that point where it's like it has to be my reaction time because I'm losing out on battles that usually I just feel like I'd win, but I'm losing out on easy battles. I'm going, man, is it my reaction time again? And I'm up on my monitor, like I'm not far away. I don't have a big TV. I'm up on my monitor. I have a 40-inch monitor in front of me, HDR, all the bells and whistles to it. But it's like feel like I'm losing out on these easy battles. I think my reaction time has slowed down a bit.
Yeah, I'm
And
definitely
then my
getting
son
tired,
jumps on. It's
sure.
like, yeah, it has. He's 21 years old. It's like he jumps on. It's like, yep, it's slowed down a lot. Because this kid will go on there and he'll see an enemy before the enemy sees him. He's already headshot. He'll take on a whole team. Like he'll jump in a battle, take out the whole team. Like, where you at, Junior? Oh, I'm over here taking a team. Oh, cool. All right. I'm over here still picking up plates. Good stuff. But yeah, I think my reaction time has gotten to the point where it's a lot slower. Obviously, the older you get, that stuff becomes
The faster it gets, like the more I don't want to play it. I can't keep up with it anymore. You know what I mean?
That's just why lately I've been more of Infinity Ward side of things when it comes to the movement. I don't mind the grounded boost to legit boost to ground battle, even though I enjoyed Cold War, because I enjoyed Cold War. But I think Logic and I are on the same page when it comes to, we had, for those who love movement, we had that with Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops.
If you want to give me a fast Call of Duty, fucking put jetpacks on my back. Like, don't I don't want the in between. And the community bitch. It was like
about it,
exactly. And then they decided to give us, fucking, World War. We got World War II, which wasn't a bad game. Way much. They were like, oh, World War II. It's like, oh, okay, we'll get 2019. It's like, oh, we'll get, Vanguard. It just, I don't know. The classic games. I hope they stay current and futuristic. Personally,
if anybody's been watching us, they already know our fucking opinion and take on Vanguard. Vanguard was, I think, to me, was the worst Call of Duty in history, in my opinion, because I enjoyed Ghosts. COD Ghosts was my game. I enjoyed Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Jetpacks, Black Ops with Jetpack. I enjoyed all those games. But Vanguard was just muddy. The graphics looked aged. They looked dated. I'm like, it was just slow. We played the beta. Do you remember that? And right off the bat, we're like, nope, this ain't it. This is not it. I don't like this. It's like it wasn't it. And I got like the whole war, like the whole World War theme was good. But if you're gonna do that, bring back War remaster that. Like that was an awesome game back in the days. Remaster that if you have to. But it's like
I played a shit ton of World War II, but when Vanguard was just like a complete turnoff, because it's like at that point, like you said, like I would much rather have. And then also I think the reason why we liked World at War was because it was a Treyarch game. So it's like
it had our guy, Jack Bauer.
Exactly.
Damn it.
I still love like the World War II settings though. I mean, I'm happy to go back to those settings.
Sure.
The maps have got to be right. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't
you can't just do. But that's another thing. Like some of these maps, like Bocage and some of these maps that they had on, because I still watch the CDL. Like I watch the Pro League and shit. So like I'm watching pros. For a lot of the time, just suffer through, and it's not even so much the maps. It is map design, but then it's also like the spawn systems and things like that. And it was a whole different like to even watch the game. I mean, I guess it was fun because it felt like fast paced. Like when you watch like pros play it, like it felt fast and stuff. But it's just
But that's the problem though. Like if they're gonna go back to the World War IIs and World War Ones, they need to slow the fucking game down. It can't be like modern games where they're sliding along the floor.
Could you imagine that shit jetpacks for fucking World War One?
Right, like a World War II game, but where you had like more realistic movement, where you weren't like just where not everybody was Captain America, basically.
Right.
Legit.
I'm surprised they didn't break that kind of DLC to that game.
It should have been. It should have been. They missed out.
6 meters ahead of you and shit like that. It's like,
no. Breaking through in Vanguard, you could break through like the 2x4s. Like the walls, like they had that, like the doors. Like I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like
that was a cheap pop. To me, that was a cheap pop.
You can't humanly do that. There's not human. Humans cannot do that. Like natural. Like your average human can't fucking do that. Like what are we doing?
I tell you what I would like if this Microsoft ABK deal goes through, which by the looks of it doesn't look fucking promising. But if it does go through, I'd like to see them pull like Sledgehammer games off Call of Duty and just have them do something else. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the rumor was that they got dropped down to support studio, but then now there's new rumors from Tom Henderson and them saying that this year is going to be treated as there's a new title coming this year. And it's treated as a premium title with the beta being part of it and early access to the campaign if you pre-order, that type of shit, and it's being manned by Sledgehammer. I'm going. So last week, I don't know if you were able to catch up with last week, but we talked about this where it was like, my theory is that they are working on probably the heavily rumored Modern Warfare 2 remastered multiplayer, or even Modern Warfare 3 remastered, to continue the whole Modern Warfare theme. Rather than Infinity Ward doing that, they're going to focus on the 2-year cycle still with this game, but have Sledgehammer work on extra, like the remastered versions of it, and it's going to be treated as premium.
they could pull them off and make like a World War II shooter, like Call of Duty, how it was when it first started. Like take it right back to that, and then have like from the creators of Call of Duty, just a whole new
right,
IP,
a whole
a World War.
I agree,
and
don't even slap the Call of Duty name to it. Just
Yeah.
you know, from the creators of Call of Duty. That's it. That's your slap onto the name. But the title should be something different, and that would work.
Exactly.
In my opinion, that would work because then they won't be under the microscope from the community of, oh, this is a shit COD game. Like shit, like that stigma. Oh, it's a shit COD game. No, it's from the makers of Call of Duty, and here's what we got. It's something different because. And to be honest, to be fair here, Sledgehammer did try that again with Advanced Warfare. They did try it, and they were the only, in my opinion, out of all three developers that have been doing main COD games with Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer was the one studio to try something different, and it got received.
Advanced Warfare was so different; it was so ahead of its time. That's the that was the problem with Advanced Warfare, and people didn't realize. Like now, people look back at Advanced Warfare and they're like, "Wow, that was actually wild." Like, you know what I mean? But, like, at the time, they were like, what the fuck was this? But it didn't have to be a Call of Duty.
That's the whole COD thing, though. The community's always doing that, where it's like, this game sucks, and the next year's game come out, man, this game sucks. Last year's was better.
That's what I love about Call of Duty. It happens every year.
Yes.
Every year.
Last year's was better.
Every year. Yeah, it's like, oh, this game sucks.
Last year's better.
I'm going back to last year. It's like, really?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the Vanguard people. Oh, Vanguard was better. Yeah, sure it was.
Yeah, still does $1.5 to $2 billion in sales. Always. Regardless, annually. Yeah. Like, you know, it's
I think people have rose-tinted glasses as well. I mean, if you go back to some of the older CODs, they are fucking rubbish, but it's because it's what we had. Like, everyone swears by it. But, like,
well, that and nostalgia is a fucking hell of a drug.
Nostalgia is wild when it comes to gaming,
especially when you're playing this franchise for 10, 15 plus years. It's like you know, you've been playing the franchise for that long. You start thinking, man, I remember when this and that, and it's all tied into the people you've met and the circles you've created and the friendships that came out of it. And nowadays, like, you can't even get into a regular lobby chat and have a regular conversation. Nowadays, it's like. Yeah. It's death threats and you know, back it was mama jokes. Now it's like, I'm gonna kill your family jokes. Like, that's not even a joke anymore. That's just wow. Like, your mental illness is poking through. Stop it.
You got 15-year-olds reading out your IP address.
Right. Yeah. Fuck.
I remember like Call of Duty 1, man. I remember playing that game when that first came out. That was fucking amazing. Like that, you couldn't beat that. Then Call of Duty 2 came along. That was amazing.
Yep. Yeah, classic CODs were fun. I remember that being the first 360 game that I ever played was COD 2.
Yeah, that was
the first. I didn't have a 360. No, it was World War II, but it was COD 2 on 360.
Right,
it was literally
the first one that came out for, like, that's what got me to buy 360.
I thought that was Call of Duty Big Red One. That was
Big Red. That was on PlayStation and original. I think I don't know if original Xbox got it, but I also had Big Red 1. But like for the 360, I remember that Call of Duty being the first one because then they also did COD 3
on Xbox. That was the only exclusive one to Xbox. They came out because Big Red 1 came out for the PS2. I had that.
Yeah.
Or PS3, I should say. I had that. But it was Call of Duty 2 for the 360. It was only available on the 360. I remember I told the story many times before where I pre-ordered my 360 console. I was a PlayStation head. Pre-ordered my 360 console, canceled it because I was a PlayStation head. And I went to a store, I think it was Target or whatever, with the wife, and they had the kiosk set up for the demo of 360 with that game.
And that was the game in it. That was the game in it, yeah.
Yes. And I was like, I saw the smoke effect from the smoke grenade. I'm going, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
And I had to get it. I was like, I'm getting 360 for Call of Duty. And I ended up getting 360 for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And I've been a Call of Duty head since then. I mean, I played it on PC back in the day. But...
Oh, man, Call of Duty on PC back in the day was amazing.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, same thing with Battlefield.
Medal of Honor people.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Yeah, so, but my reaction to this season so far, it's been a week. About to be a week has been out.
Yep,
I like it. It's the changes to it. The updates were needed. Very good quality of life changes, such as, like I mentioned before, I alluded to the plates. Now you can plate up and actually run, and you gain like 10% more speed when you're plating up. As far as walking speed goes, but you're able to crash through doors because there was nothing worse than trying to get away from a gunfight while trying to plate up because you got hit and you can't go to the door. Like, you have to stop plating up to go through a door. Like, what the fuck? Like, if in real life if that was a thing, I'm plating up in real life, I'm bashing through that goddamn door. Like, I need to get away. But in this game, it wasn't it wasn't a thing. But I'm glad they brought that in. Certain changes like the loot going on the floor now, and I'm talking about Warzone here. But the loot being vomited on the floor is a good change. That was the way it was in Verdansk. Where they this Warzone, they try to iterate the whole loot system, inventory system with the backpack. It was kind of rough because when you get into the backpack to loot what you wanted, you're stuck in that animation. So you can get shot. You're vulnerable. As you know, versus it being on the floor, and then you can you're freely to roam around, grab what you want to grab, and keep going. Is what I like. I like that kind of loot change system they did to it. So the quality of life stuff they brought to the Warzone, I enjoy a lot. I just wish that they stop advertising shit that's going to be mid-season in these trailers, like that the drone thing, where you're able to redeploy. It's not in the game. Yeah. It's not there yet. It's like they're supposed to have like these drones with rappel ropes throughout the Warzone map where you're able to get on it and rappel up. It's in the trailer, and you just fly to the circle or wherever you want to fly to. Yeah, it's still not there. I guess it's a mid-season thing, but they advertised it like it was coming, day one of the season 2, and it's not there. I'm going, oh, okay, what the fuck?
Wow.
It's not there, so it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, man, the new Warzone change is good. My reaction to it is so far is decent. There's a lot of content there. If you're a COD player, there's plenty to dab into. To dabble into for whether it be Warzone, whether it be DMZ, whether it be multiplayer. There's a lot there. And then Raid episode 2 coming mid-season. I haven't played 1 yet, but I'm glad they added the what do you call that? You don't have to make a pre-team anymore to get into those things. You can literally go in there and do what do you call that shit?
Matchmake. You can matchmake.
Matchmaking, yeah. They added matchmaking to the raid now, so that's a good thing. Cause that's one thing I hated about Destiny, where it's like you have to go in there with a team before you started a raid.
Certain content you're locked out of. There was certain things.
Content you're locked out of, and then if you don't got DLC, you could.
Although they did a good job now, which not to get because we have some Destiny things to talk about a little bit, but. I don't want to hijack the conversation, but they did do a better job now in Destiny as of late of having more solo content to do. Even the last couple of iterations of just the expansions and stuff, being able to go through it solo if you are a solo player, because there are a lot of people that play solo that do it. So it's like they kind of, I wouldn't say cater the game to solo players now, but they definitely added content to make.
They're showing some love.
Yeah, they don't. It's not like, oh, I must have 5 other people with me so I can read. I must have 2 other people with me so I could do this. It's like, no, you could go find some people, and it's going to be even easier in a couple of weeks. But if you want to play a lot of the game solo, you could do that too. So that's cool. But yeah, man.
Yeah, options are always better.
Absolutely. Having the option is good. That's the thing. Not having the option, be like, I don't want to play this game, because I think the same thing goes to be in a lot of those games like that, especially Division. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I want to play with friends. Friends are cool. But sometimes I kind of just want to solo grind and stuff like that. I don't want to have to rely on other people to be able to play the content,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right, so I think we're kind of done with the Call of Duty topic, unless anybody else has anything else to add.
Nah, game sucks. I hate it. I'm going to install it. That's it.
Great. Well, I guess we're losing our show badge after this week.
Well, if there's nothing else next week about fucking COD, then yeah. But yeah, we'll always be talking about COD in this podcast.
That's true. That's very true. So from Call of Duty to, I guess, a nice transition probably would have been the Battlefield. You guys want to see the Battlefield Season 4 trailer?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's put that on real quick. Dude, so you know how my brother is when it comes to Battlefield now as well too, and we were talking about it. And I think we've had this conversation before on the podcast, but it's like, do we think, I mean, and I don't know if they've officially said this, but do we think they are supporting this game after this last season? Or I'm saying last season 5, but there is a rumor season 5 already. Yeah,
it hasn't been confirmed yet, but there's rumor season 5. I'd be surprised because we spoke about it before, where it's like I felt like they're trying to fulfill their obligations because some of us bought, like me, I bought the whole the $100 package where it comes with all 4 seasons, and I just felt like they needed to fulfill that obligation, just pull the plug with a certain game. I won't mention it because it hurts me still.
Yeah.
But they had to fulfill that obligation, and I felt that was it. But it looks like there's heavy rumors, and it's starting to become more and more it's rolling out more where season 5 is going to happen. I'd be very surprised if it does, because again, they are working a new Battlefield game. So how much support are they going to lend this game? And I gotta say, these updates has been pretty fucking good on this Battlefield.
I mean, I was gonna say they adding the classes now back from the last update that they did, the major update which changed the classes. Yeah. I mean, just seeing tracer darts like that, you know what I mean? Like that brings back so many memories.
Always been in fucking Battlefield, man.
Yeah, I know. But the fact that they're highlighting it now, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a meme video from fucking 2000, and God only knows what year it was, playing BF3, getting shot up with tracer darts. Remember that on Facebook? It was like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, it just screwed around. Like, literally just a bunch of us in the squad sitting inside of a lobby and just having, shooting each other with tracer darts.
I was a troll. I was the one that went on with the repair kit and just burned the shit out of people. That was me. That's or the drone, the repair drone thing.
It's like EOD. Yeah. Oh yeah, just getting kills with the EOD with the. Oh my god. Yeah. So it's like, I think
I still haven't played it since the trial. I played the trial for about 6 hours. I was like, what the actual fucking
right? And that's the thing too. It's like, I feel like if this game launched in its current iteration, then the way it did launch, I think it'd be in a much better state. But the fact is that it's like you're doing, the people that are playing this are happy because they're getting content, right? But like if you haven't touched this, like from Redder's point of view, or same thing with me, it's like I want to get into this game so bad, but I felt like the time for me to get into this game was when it like first came out, and when the window closed, like where it's like my attention is elsewhere almost all the time. I'm not saying that like, if somebody would say, oh, hey, let's go on, like if my brother said, hey, let's go play some Battlefield, or if you hit me up like, hey, let's go play some Battlefield, like I'm not saying that I wouldn't jump on and play, but by myself, there's nothing that's saying, like, even seeing this, which all of that looked cool, nothing's jumping out of me saying, like, I gotta go play this, because I felt like that window had passed for me, and that's me loving Battlefield as a franchise, and loving current, this is everything that I wanted for Battlefield, but the problem is it was like too late for me now. Like, I understand it's there.
It's become fodder with these with these FPSs. It's become fodder where it's like you now got to wait 6 months, almost a year for initial launch for the game to become what it needs to be. Like, in other words, they should have fucking delayed it. Simple as that. Just delay it. Like, I get that you guys want the board wants their fucking money, especially when you're a company like EA, Ubisoft, where all they're looking for is the dollar amount. It's like, I get that, but you should have delayed it by 6 months to maybe a year, because the game we got today is more Battlefield than it was
leaps and bounds than it, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, man, 2042 made me so angry when it came out, because I mean, a lot of people say Bad Company is the best Battlefield game. For me, 2142 was one of the best Battlefield games.
That's me too. I was banging that drum, Redders, from the start that they announced this, because this was technically the prequel to that fucking game. That pisses this pisses me off too, because I was like, holy shit, they're doing 100-year prequel to the game that I fucking love.
Didn't they market it that way though?
They didn't, because nobody remembers, unfortunately, unless you were playing PC back then when 2142 came out. You don't know what 2142 was. It was exactly. I remember there was a couple of times even on the pod that I brought up the video on YouTube. The Titan mode, that mode in itself, which they've tried to redo, and I think they did when, I don't know if it was Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1. I think they kind of had a little.
They tried to do it with battleships, didn't they?
Yeah, they tried to do it with battleships. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of get it. I think they tried to do it in Battlefield 4. There was like a little like throwback homage to it, but Titan mode is still, for me, one of the best like gameplay modes I've ever played in Battlefield. Like, honestly, like it's just, and they could have did that here. My brain, when they first were showing trailers, when we were doing this podcast, you could go back and go to these episodes that we did, and you could hear me say, like, if they ever get to the point where we get like earlier versions of the helicarriers, of the Titans, and they just start fucking floating in the air, and you know what I mean, and then they just do, and then missiles like
gameplay on the pod before, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, because I never played 2142,
right?
The shit you showed me, like the trailers, like the gameplay from back, like I was like the shit they did back then.
Yeah.
It's like it regressed. Like these new games don't have any of those elements anymore.
Yeah.
Why would you go backwards? I don't get it.
Yeah. But like fucking, they released the beta like 2 months before release, and fucking Stevie Wonder could have seen that game was not ready, and they put it out anyway.
When it comes to these quote-unquote betas that we get 2 months before launch, even a month before launch, it's not a beta, man.
It's marketing, man. It's literally marketing.
The game at that point,
They put it out anyway, and then they fucking throw DICE under the bus, and then they say, oh, well, we believe in DICE to fix the game. No, you should have delayed the fucking game, let them have the time that they needed to put out the game they needed to put out.
Yeah.
And EA does it every Battlefield, and you would think after the absolute clusterfuck that was Battlefield 4, they would have taken the time to get the game right before they put it out, and they didn't. They did the same shit they did with Battlefield 4. They put it out broken, and they spent years fixing
it. That to me is the worst thing that a publisher does to their developers when they place the blame solely on the developers.
Look at Anthem and
let's not pretend you motherfuckers didn't get in the boardroom and said this game needs to come out at a certain time for the quarter so we can meet our fucking the quote for the quarter. Let's not pretend that didn't happen.
Dude, BioWare and Anthem. BioWare and Anthem. Come on, like, what do we like? You know what I mean? Like, the fuck.
And here's the other thing. Like, Battlefield's one of those games where you buy Battlefield if you're bored of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they turned Battlefield into fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like,
it's always been a thing between and here's the thing. In back in days, that was a thing where it was Call of Duty versus Battlefield.
Yes.
Even in our own circle.
Yes.
It was always a thing. Battlefield versus Call of Duty. For a certain period of time, that was a thing. Battlefield was its own thing. Call of Duty was its own thing. Everybody was like, nah, this is better. That's better. But today, it's like Call of Duty, I think, went on to whatever they go. They don't even mention Battlefield no more. That's not even part of their scheme anymore. They plan to advertise, but Battlefield keeps trying to become more and more like a Call of Duty game. They don't do that. You are Battlefield. The reason why people play Battlefield is because you are different. You're not the arcadey shooter. You're big map, war-torn, buildings collapsing, and these big theater moments where it's like you're jumping from a helicopter to a jet or a jet to a helicopter, and you're like that was your shit. I was gonna say, talking about evolution turned into a stupid ass tornado.
That part right there. You talk about regression. It's that regression right there. You look at what we had in BF3 and BF4 to then what we ended up. And I'm not shitting on BF1 and BF5 even too. Like those actually, BF1 I think was dope. BF1 I think was the last full Battlefield game that I thoroughly enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed Battlefield 1. I barely played Battlefield 5, and then when this came out, I was like, "This is it. We're back to modern times. Let's fucking go." And no, and then it's like, and then they didn't do it. So I was like, "All right, well, no."
It made it no campaign. Battlefield it's not known for campaigns, but they do some badass campaigns. Not the theater ones, but actual campaigns like Battlefield 4 and what's that one with the cops and robbers that was a Battlefield?
Hardline. Hardline was dope. Hardline.
Oh, come on.
Hardline was dope, man.
It was different. It was still, and we spoke about this. From the makers of Battlefield comes Hardline. Is how that was promoted.
So good.
Yeah.
Is how that was promoted, and it was so good. It was well done. I think it was from the creators of. It was the first game they made from creators of Call of Duty people. Like they got Call of Duty people together and made that game. It was really good. Cops and Robbers theme. It was a good thing. Yeah. Bad Company. Awesome fucking title. Awesome franchise, which by the way I can't.
That was Visceral. Well, that was another thing. That was Visceral. That was Visceral that did Hardline. Visceral,
which no longer exists. Yeah,
which no longer exists, dude. And it used the Levolution from BF4 and everything. Hardline was dope as fuck. I do remember Hardline because of the game modes too, man.
Because you start the map one way and you end it playing a whole different buildings collapsing and rechange the map changed. Dynamically it changed. Yeah. And I remember because Call of Duty tried to do the same thing with Ghost with one map where a couple of maps where the building with while you're playing the game, I forgot the name of the map, but the building was collapsing while you.
Yes. It was like a high rise. It was like a high rise that you were in that was on its side, or even Advanced Warfare, where you played on the one map that was by San Francisco or wherever it was, and then the water would come in, the tide would come in. Yeah. So, but they were trying to emulate what Battlefield was doing at that point.
Battlefield for me has always been medic, support, recon, and assault.
Yeah.
And now everything can heal. Fucking everything can hand out ammunition. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Well, that's the whole thing with the latest update that I was talking about, Redders. They actually kind of fixed that and reverted that to a certain we're back to classes now. We're back to those 4 classes, but it just came out only a few weeks ago. They just did it. Not like when the game launched, they just fucking did it.
On year 2. On year fucking 2.
It's now, what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
About to be, yeah. This year's 2 years. It's on year 2 right now.
It took them 2 years to do something that basically was a staple in Battlefield, for as long as Battlefield's been a thing.
Yeah, it's such a shame, man. The whole situation makes me angry because the
marketing on it was poorly done too, because the marketing was poorly done because they really leaned heavily on our nostalgia, where it's the dog tax. We spoke about this in the past, the dog tax stealing and the way this is Battlefield 4 all over again. It wasn't.
No, not even
the moment
close.
They said specialists, I'm like, and again we played the beta when it came out, and it was like, this ain't it. This is not it.
Like the whole emphasis on that like reveal was on the fact that it looked like Battlefield 4.
Correct.
And, like,
yes.
people thought they were getting like a sequel to Battlefield.
They knew what they
4,
were doing. They knew what the fuck they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I used, like, Medal of Honor. I really liked Medal of Honor Tier 1 because it handled a lot like Battlefield.
Oh, Warfighter. Well, there was the first Medal of Honor and then Warfighter. Yeah.
Yeah. Warfighter was awful, but the one that came
before that.
Reboot,
Yep.
that was so good. That reminded me of Battlefield. And
you know what Medal of Honor I like? Airborne.
That's classic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. Airborne. That was the first time that they implemented like parachutes and you come into them. Like that was my first taste of what BR was going to be. That whole parachuting.
Didn't Airborne have multiplayer? Wasn't that one of the first PS2 games to have multiplayer? Like from that? Yeah.
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 It was up there with SOCOM and all that stuff, but yeah.
But EA has become one of these fucking companies that refuses to listen to the fan base. Like they just refuse outright. It doesn't matter what people say they want, what they cry out for.
Well, EA and fucking Ubi, both those companies have a knack of just not wanting to listen to the community. Like we just want you to sit there, like, you want this? Oh no, here's what you actually really want. It's like, no, this is what we want. No, this is what you really want. But the thing is that these companies have a library of classic titles, classic things that they've done, and they just for some reason hate themselves and they don't want to go that route. We know what you want, we know what you like, but we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Why?
There's like absolutely nothing wrong with fan service.
No. Nowadays you got companies saying, after they made multi-million dollars in a game, it's a failed project. Failed? You made multi-million dollars on it. What do you mean failed? How?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like what is success, you fucker?
What are your fucking expectations?
Well, because they're chasing Call of Duty money. That's what it is. Everybody wants the billion-dollar franchise. Like, you're not Call of Duty. Unfortunately, you're not. Even Call of Duty comes with a certain heat and hate. It is what it is. But you're never going to become that franchise. I don't think any franchise will get to that point ever again, where every single year it's billions of dollars it makes, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just at this point they don't even have to release a game anymore.
Off a name itself.
Release a store.
Yeah.
Just release a store with cosmetics, and you're gonna make money. That's it. That's your game.
Yeah. Call of Duty is an absolute anomaly. Like, I don't think we'll get another game like it.
We won't.
Another franchise like it. It is just.
And a lot of people have been wishing it dead, but it's not gonna die because we're in a society right now where hate is king. That drama and hate is king. So Call of Duty will keep selling because
the same people that hate drama is a part of buy it every year.
Yep,
it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, Battlefield today. It's not Battlefield when it launched. They did add the classes to it. The new season looks pretty damn good with that new operator they got there. Now, what she does is that she literally suppresses, like if you play Battlefield, they have like these grenades you could throw around that marks you. It like reveals your point on the map. She's gonna suppress that. She has the tool that suppresses all that, a gadget, I should say, that suppresses that so that you can't you or whoever's around you doesn't, like, she throws it down. They can't ping you on the map. They can't.
Right.
So she has something like that where you can't auto lock on either. Like if you have a shoulder rocket launcher to shoot down a tank or a chopper, she can suppress that where you can't lock onto vehicles and stuff. So it seems, according to this trailer, she seems like she's gonna be a little OP. So maybe some tweaking involved in that. But I'm excited to see how she plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's once again, it's on Game Pass. So if you're just kind of like bored and looking for like a big arena shooter to kind of play. Yeah. I mean, there you go. That's a first-person shooter that you can kind of give a go, if you're looking to kind of scratch the itch. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that.
Yeah, I've treated now like I jump on there. I treated now to do my dailies and weeklies and that kind of. That's what I jump on there to do the weeklies, and they're pretty. You can do them pretty fairly fast, and then once I'm done with that, I jump back onto my either Call of Duty or whatever single-player game I'm playing at the moment. I'll jump back on that, but that's how I'm treating Battlefield now. But I said this before: if you play Battlefield when it first came out, it had legit gripes and the complaints were legit back then. But if you haven't played it since then, try to give it a shot. See if at least refresh your opinion on it and see where it's at. It is completely different from what you tried it out when it first came out, even on beta. Completely different.
Yeah.
But the game, I would say this to end it on a good note with that game. It's a beautiful game. Like as far as visuals go, it's and audio. Beautiful game. That part has not regressed at all. The visual effects and how sharp it looks and how clean it looks and the audio, the way the gunshots sound, the guns are sounding, that part has never changed. That's been a staple of Battlefield and DICE for quite some time. So that part still exists in the game. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and I am reading real quick on a Polygon article that's here too that just came out 2 days ago. That the specialist that you were talking about is the last specialist for 2042. I guess that's confirmed, but that they're going to continue to make skins and cosmetics and quote unquote other content for planned season 5. So there's no more specialists coming, but they're still going to be doing obviously skins, cosmetics.
So there's a planned season 5.
There's a planned season 5. But as we know in the gaming industry, there's a planned season, and then they could just kind of chalk it.
Well, it could become where whatever they're planning, if it fits with their new Battlefield game, they might just roll it over to the new Battlefield game and say, "Fuck it, we're not gonna support this anymore. We gotta roll that."
Do you reckon we'll get a new Battlefield soon? Like, do you think it's coming?
A new Battlefield? Yeah, they already mentioned they're working on a new Battlefield.
But like when though? Like 2025?
As long as it takes, don't fucking rush the project. Period.
But that's what I mean. Like when if they
Battlefield comes out next year.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't rush the project. Fucking comes out April of next year. Like what the fuck?
The moment they find out the executives can't fly in their jet because they don't got jet fuel money, it's like no, it comes out. It comes out in 6 months.
Yeah, it's coming out this year. Actually, it'll be out in the fall.
It'll be out in the fall. Look, Shadow Drop. Fuck you.
Yeah. We don't care if it's got no textures. Get that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, get it out there.
We'll do like what everybody else does. We'll fix it as we go along. Come on.
How many crashes? 5? All right, we're good. 5 is good. Send it out.
It's fucked up. All right, so away from the first-person shooters for a little bit. Actually, that's not true because this is also a first-person shooter. But hey, did you guys check out that official extended gameplay of Redfall?
Oh fuck yeah, bro! Oh my god.
I'm trying to avoid it, like, because.
All right, so look away. Don't watch the stream, and we'll just.
Look away, Reddit. Look away.
Look away.
I'll watch this. It's fine. But yeah, I generally try to avoid shit I'm interested in.
I'll keep the volume off. I'll keep the volume off. We'll just see a bunch of flashing videos and stuff, and make sure.
That makes sense, though. I'm with Reddit on that. There's times where there's games that I'm interested in. I don't want to see any more of it. But with this game,
agreed.
With this game, and I told you, brothers, Logic. With this game, this trailer gave me more about the game, and I understand it more now with this trailer than anything before it.
That's cool. That's what you would hope. That's what you'd hope a trailer does.
I know what this is about. Yes,
that's what you hope a trailer would do, right? That it gives you. It doesn't give you the whole thing, because I think they did a really good job at the developer direct, kind of like being like, okay, here's Redfall. Like, here's what you're going to be doing. Here's the gameplay loop. Here's what's going on. Here's the I feel like they did a really good job explaining what's going on, without like really spoiling the story, without spoiling like how did it happen, what's going. Because you'd hope that they leave some of that, like for you actually playing the game. And like seeing like
job up to this trailer, they did a great job of explaining it. It's just the onus is on me because I'm the dumb one. Like I still didn't get what the game was. Like I was like, oh shit, I can't wait to play this game. What is it again? Like that's where I was. And then I saw this trailer, and I'm like, oh. Shit,
well, it's also a rush. It's a rush to classify, because I think that's what unfortunately we try to do now is we try to classify what type of game is this? Is this a looter shooter? Is this a survival horror? Is this a you know what I mean? Like we try to kind of box it up and kind of be like, this is the type of game it is. Like I said, I know people have tried to liken it and akin it to like maybe something like Borderlands. I mean, I see some, like little pieces, like some things in it, and some of the way the classes are, it's like I'm getting some Destiny vibes from it. But I could also get like a little bit of Division vibes from it, and then I could also get a little, like, you know what I mean?
See, but that's where I was at with this game. There was so much of this could be that, this could be this, that I was like, okay, what is it? What characterizes this game? What stands out from all those games that it's gonna want me to go? I really want to play this game.
Sure.
But not that I don't want to play it, but that's where I was with everything leading up to this trailer. Like, unfortunately, I was like, I get that the game looks good, looks beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm not that gamer that relies all on visuals. I need to have gameplay be solid. It needs to be tight with the controller.
Yeah.
It needs to be a loop that's satisfying.
It looks fucking terrifying in places as well. Like, they showed that scene at like the Xbox Developer Direct where like you're in that house and it's really confined.
Yes.
And then there's a fucking vampire right behind you. That looked quite terrifying.
I was gonna say, I definitely see myself getting.
Fastback. That's where I'm at. Division Prey. After this trailer, that's what I got out of it. Division Prey, and I was sold the moment that part right there hit me. I'm like, Division Prey. Boom! I was like, I'm definitely gonna get this game. I went from just getting it on Game Pass to actually getting the $40 bundle they're gonna have coming out. I'm probably gonna end up getting that.
My only gripe with it is there's literally no incentive to play multiplayer. because your progress doesn't save. So like, why would you play multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. That's to me. That's the Back for Blood portion of it. You know, that's like Back for Blood or whatever other game did it that way, where it's like I think host hold the
whoever the host that you're joining their
yeah.
session. Yeah, which is weird.
It sucks. It's weird, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let that stop me from playing this
because
game.
you're also you're making people. You're making you're just right. You're just making people go back in. Like, you know, if you join your friends and you make progress and stuff like that, and then you got to go back, like, what's the incentive for your friend going back and joining with you outside of just helping you? And if you really even need the help, like, you know, there's no incentive. Well, yet at least, because I don't even know. You know, I don't know if there's something that they do in the game that, you know, makes it and incentivizes you to want to go and do that. But yeah, this is another game too where it's like I wouldn't mind playing this by myself. I think this would be cool. I mean, and then also trying out the different classes because especially, and I think I saw on the screen too, if they let you make multiple characters, like just like in Destiny or just have multiple operators, multiple characters, I'll have multiple characters and all do different shit. If I can't just spec in and spec out of different things, if I got to change the characters to be able to do certain abilities and stuff, I'll definitely have that.
Well, for me, I would
cool.
enjoy more like I would like it if they would have made it where like some of these games that are in this kind of genre would make it where it's like if I'm playing with you and you're the host and I'm doing like chapters with you, I'm doing some part of the campaign with you, and I go back to my story. That like if I reach that part of my game where I already did it with you, it'll ask me, "Hey, you've done this already. You want to do it again?"
Right.
To that point,
that would be cool.
Of the gaming, but this game was built single player first. Multiplayer is like I wouldn't say an add-on, but multiplayer was, and I wouldn't say second thought, but that's the extra part of the game. It's a single player first, multiplayer
like hey, you
second,
can play this co-op if you want.
That's what works with it. And Mr. Keem in the chat is correct. Redfall will have dedicated servers, so there's no loading screen. So in order for you to play games like this and jump the creativity bar, some things have to happen. You have to have certain things like online play all the time. You have to have those things to happen for games like this to come to fruition.
That shit doesn't bother me though. I don't know why everybody jumps on that. Oh, it's gonna be played online bollocks because like most games these days are like
almost every game you play now requires an online connection. That's just the way it is. Like
I
would say
almost
almost every
theory. Your cell phone is a brick if you don't have internet on it. It's the same thing.
True.
Like your phone always has to be connected. If not, it's just a brick. It's just a piece of plastic. It does nothing else.
Even your basic flip phones now actually are all connected to the internet.
Correct.
Like
I'll tell you what, I don't know if it bothers you guys. Like it does bother me quite a lot. But the thing that makes me sad about Redfall is you know that no matter how the game turns out, whether it's decent or not, the day after it launches, it's going to get absolutely shit on, and it'll get shit on because it's an Xbox game and because it's Game Pass.
Well, this is why I've always said I've always stood on this platform where it's like I can care less about criticism, I can care less about Metacritic, I can care less about reviews because again, it's an opinion at the end of the day. There are people I know in real life that absolutely will rely on a Metacritic to buy a game or a review to buy a game. I voiced this with Logic and his brother and our whole friends group. It's like I can't just give the power like my choosing power over to somebody else. I can't do that. Like it's cool, you got a review out there. I'll look at it. Oh, awesome. But I can't base my purchase on a game, my 20 plus years, even more years of gaming on somebody saying the game is good or bad. I just can't get around that. Like it bothers me. I know it's my opinion. It bothers me that there are gamers that do that they'll be like, nah, if that reviewer said it's bad, I'm not gonna get it. It's not just like, especially if there's a demo out there for it or something that you can literally play yourself for free before purchasing it. Yeah. Especially
in this instance, it's literally on Game Pass. It's like there is no excuse on that end. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. If you already have Game Pass, you are your reviewer. Just go fucking try it out.
It's not just the Redfall thing either. It's the same with E3. Like you're at a point now where you watch E3, you think, oh yeah, that looks really good. Oh, that was great. I'm actually quite excited for that. And then you go on Twitter and everything's just getting fucking.
I can't believe they showed this. What is this game supposed to be? Yeah, what the fuck are they doing? Yeah. Well, it's being negative. It's just like to your point. It's being negative just for the sake of. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It just sucks. It's like I think people love to just shit on things just because. I think as far all those reports that come out, not to feed too much into it, but all those reports that come out saying like, oh, Game Pass isn't sustainable. Oh, they're losing money. It's a losing battle. It just sounds like jealousy because it's like whether.
But read that fucking article though. You gotta read that article. It's 12 months after it's on Game Pass.
Right. That it's not sustainable.
Every fucking game with a Game Pass or not.
So it's like whether. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kills.
If it doesn't have, I cut you off. My bad. Go ahead.
No. The whole thing is just at the end of the day, it's like the fact that this service is available to gamers, and that me being a PC gamer and just being able to jump into games like this that I wouldn't normally play. I'm not going out of my way, regardless of how I feel about Redfall. I'm more than likely I'm not purchasing because it's not this game. I mean, it could be in my wheelhouse, but like Destiny's my wheelhouse. Call of Duty's my wheelhouse. Like first-person shooters, Tarkov is my wheelhouse. I'd probably get around to Redfall, but if it wasn't for Game Pass, I'm not. This is not a day one for me personally, and it's not because it's not anything against Redfall, but because Game Pass, it's day one. But because it's on Game Pass, it's day one for me. Majority of the games Back 4 Blood, day one, it was Game Pass for me. I wasn't buying Back 4 Blood, but it was on Game Pass, and that's literally that's why I love and I get so much value out of Game Pass outside of all the other shit that Game Pass does for me. Once again, here's the shell part. Well, but that simple fact that I don't have to worry about spending the extra $60-$70 on a game that I wasn't ready to buy right then and there. That I could literally just boot it up and fucking play it. And
that's the fucking thing. People read saw that article. That Xbox Game Pass cannibalizes sales. If you actually read the fucking article, you'd realize it's not as bad as what the headline says. Do you know what I mean?
Right, but headlines, want the clicks.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The beauty about Game Pass is exactly that. It allows for these types of original creativity, like games, like developers to push the boundaries and try something different. I mean, we just had Hi-Fi Rush come out on a Shadow Drop, and look how look how that was accepted and received. Something Shadow Drop, like it's a beautiful thing. And for me, like on a developer side, that's a beauty. I would assume for them that's a beautiful thing, and they're allowed to go ahead and say, let's make this game, even though it's not a mainstream thing. But it's a passion that we want to create this game. We've had these ideas for years. Game Pass allows the developers to even try these mediums out, to try this space out. Exactly. And it worked. The most recent is Hi-Fi Rush. That's the most recent example I can give with a game that's got Shadow dropped and received very well made. Nobody knew about this game. Apart from it being a secret project, nobody knew what the hell it was. And the moment they showed it off, people gravitated to it because it was something fresh, something different. It's why I like my game. That's why, for me, the Game Pass experience is exactly that. I'm able to try, like Logic said, I'm able to try games that I normally wouldn't be like, I'm dropping 70 on this. Especially now that it's 70.
And even to put a bow on it, because I think I'll go here with the chat with what Yobi said and what my brother said here. So Yobi goes, I bet if Sony came out with Game Pass first, we wouldn't have no articles like this. People would not... will not be saying Sony's Game Pass isn't sustainable. Damn shame. I mean, and it's it is very tit for tat, and it is very, because if they did have a system just like this, no, unfortunately, it wouldn't be like that. But it's just something else to bitch about without getting too crazy into the whole console war thing. It's true. It's one of those. It's like, but as a gamer, it's like I'm over here saying I wish they fucking had something like this, like something almost exactly like this, because just as a gamer, I think it would just be really good to be able to have access to all of those games, especially on this point, to have access to those games on PC.
They just dropped Horizon on the PlayStation.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, oh my god, that is amazing! Like, you just dropped one of your AAA titles on a subscription service. That's exactly what I would. If you was to do that, I would definitely try to get me a PS5, because now I'm like, shit, because I've converted into that type of game.
There's your value, right? There's your value. It's service. It's like you'll subscribe to the service if you know you can get.
It's easy. Like that's just it. It's easy.
And then even to my brother's point right here too. Yeah. And then real quick, my brother's point, Draven, he goes, as a consumer, I'm just here to take advantage of a good deal. Game Pass fails years from now. That's Microsoft's fault. They have to figure it out. It's not my problem. And that too, like people championing the whole thing. Like I get it, and that's the fanboyism and stuff, and that's all cool too. Like to ride with whatever the horse you came in on and stuff like that. That's all great and fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, these companies don't owe you anything, and they're just looking for other ways. True. Still, they care about you, but they're still trying to be profitable. They literally that's the end game. They want to be profitable.
Listen, I'll be the last person to white knight a fucking corporation. You know me. I don't.
Yeah, man.
Right now, Microsoft is giving me good value. I'm all for it. But if Game Pass was to fail, whatever, if it failed, I'm not gonna be the one crying. I'm not. Okay, it failed. Figure it out. I mean, you have me as a consumer. It failed for a reason. Go figure it out. While you're figuring it out, let me do something else. Yep. That's how I roll. I don't white knight for companies. I just don't.
Here's the thing, though, right? Fucking. Even if Game Pass isn't sustainable, even if it does cost more than what it fucking, it's a $2 trillion company. They're making $200 billion a year.
Yeah,
like they can literally throw as much money as they want at this.
Correct.
Yeah,
and they can keep getting consumers
until they sign.
If anybody was gonna run this kind of business model and run it for years before even quote unquote if it fails, would be Microsoft. They got trillions of fucking dollars. They can do this.
Yeah.
Like last year alone, they made 198 billion just in last year alone.
Yeah, and it's until they decide that they're not happy, and it's literally until they decide they're not happy with the returns they're getting. That's when you're going to get the price increase. It's not that this isn't sustainable. It's just that hey, we want to make an extra $1, $2, $5, and then that's when you'll see. Here you go, and it won't be as convoluted as you might think. Oh, because we bought said company, because we got said titles now. It will literally just be no. We just want to make more fucking money now. We're tired of making this much. We now want to make this much.
The space Game Pass is right now is literally getting the subscribers. Right now, they're more concerned about getting people to come into the subscription base, and they don't care about the prices at this moment.
Yeah.
The moment that becomes where it's a pop, like Game Pass becomes very popular, where there's a lot of gamers on it, millions and millions of gamers, like hundreds of thousands, I would say millions, but hundreds of thousands of gamers on it, where they are now satisfied with these like the amount of people on it,
the saturation,
the saturation.
Yeah,
that's when they'll start talking about. Okay, now we got to talk about.
To this day, you can still pay $1 to sign up for Game Pass now. Right now, if you have a new Microsoft account, a new account that has never had Game Pass before on that account, you will pay $1 to join now.
It allows developers to take gambles and put out games that they wouldn't necessarily put out.
That part.
Because they've got that financial security from the deal they have to put it on Game Pass.
Absolutely.
So this game could come out not on Game Pass and sell fuck all. But at least if it goes on Game Pass, they got that financial security from Microsoft to have that game out. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Draven said, also the reason Xbox is doing all these acquisitions is because they are trying to fill Game Pass with first-party titles so that they can stop paying for third-party stuff. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of having to shell out money.
The moment they start releasing more and more first-party titles.
You cut out, Kills. Yo. Everybody here? What's going on? Do I have internet? Chat, you guys hear us? Uh-oh. Okay, you hear me. What about Redders? Redders, say something? I hear logic, but only logic. All right, very good. Sorry,
logic,
chat.
You hear me because I hear you.
Yes, now I do. Now I hear you.
Well, everyone disappeared there for a minute.
There we go. All right, that's cool.
Discord.
That's cool. I think we're about. Discord had a moment. That's cool.
Discord had a moment, guys. You know how Discord is. They have their moments, All
right, I think we're back now. Let's go.
What I was saying was the fuck was I saying? God damn, I was on a roll too. I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of damn thoughts.
Anything else you want to add, Redders?
No, I didn't hear what anyone was saying. So,
I'm just saying any other obscure thoughts that you might have, whether it be about Redfall or just what we're currently talking about.
No, I'm excited for it.
Same.
Honestly,
Same.
Oh, definitely same. Now I'm very excited for it. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying.
Yes, go for it.
Until all these first-party, titles start dropping religiously, like every other month or whatever it is they're gonna have going. Once this ABK deal goes through, and yes, I still believe it's going through. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like they're not gonna have to rely on third-party contracts or third-party, exclusivity anymore. They're literally gonna start doing where they can drop their own first-party titles that will pay for the service itself.
Yep.
But for now, those third-party, which I'm not complaining, those third-party titles. Will be dropping as exclusives, such as what's coming out this week, Atomic Heart.
Yeah.
So those are games that are going to be welcomed into the Game Pass. Developers, I think Timber said it too. Developers are happy about Game Pass. They're very happy. I forgot what developer He has what's it called? Defenders? No, what is it called?
Yeah, they do Descenders, the downhill mountain.
Is it Descenders? Yes, with the BMX biking. He came out and said, "Look, listen. Every time I see an article about how the gaming industry is losing money or how Game Pass doesn't work, I laugh because it tells me how much these guys don't know about the thing. If he's like, if I could, I would put every one of my games I create on Game Pass. I'm currently working on something to do that. Like I want to put all my games on Game Pass because the exposure he gets from Game Pass is 1,000,000 to 1 better than what he has done in the past, probably, you know. But a lot of developers speak this way, you know. It's like, okay, that's cool because it gives them a chance to be, like you said, Redders. It gives them a chance to be creative and take chances on something that they normally wouldn't do because they know people wouldn't look at it twice.
Yeah,
but with Game Pass, it's there. I'm playing it, you know.
Tell you what, man, there's so many games that come out that, you know, if Game Pass wasn't there, I probably wouldn't even take a second look at it.
I'm literally showing one right to your point, Redders. I'm showing one right now. I got Lies of P on there, or Pinocchio Souls for those playing the home game.
Pinocchio Souls.
Pinocchio Souls for those playing the home game.
Pinocchio. There you go.
Pinocchios. I'm gonna make.
I've coined it.
Yeah, we're gonna hashtag it after.
Pinocchios. What do you think, chat? Pinocchios. It's a good description for this game. Lies of P.
Official release window trailer. Here's another one too. Once again, where this is exactly to Redder's point, to your point, to my point. I'm not buying this game full price. Personally, I'm not buying that game full price, but I don't have to, because it will be on Game Pass.
Right.
And I will be playing it in August, and I will be allowed to play that game.
Baby.
You know.
Yeah. This game, from when they first showed it off, I'm like, God, this looks so good. And this last trailer just made it look even more like appeasing. Like I'm like, damn, this visually it looks great. It looks like the combat's gonna be really good. It's what's the word I use? It looks horrifically good. I think is the word I use. Like
horrifically.
Horrifically, it's not a word. I just made that up right
now.
No,
horrific. Horrific is a word, but I don't know if that's the.
I made that up. Yeah,
horrific is bad.
Yeah.
Well, I try to make yeah. You know what? I'm leaving the pod now.
Fantastically.
Fantastic.
We're now renowned. I'm done. I'm gonna step out here and see you guys next week. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't have been as bad. I should have just let the brick correct you. That's the problem. Like where you be like, you know what I mean?
There was no correcting that. I fucked up.
No, it's fine.
I thank you, but I fucked up.
It's okay. We're fine.
Yeah. Frighteningly good?
No, not for. Well, I don't know. No, not frighteningly. No, you want to be. Yeah, no. Better, but no.
I'm trying, but I'm just hanging myself even more.
Amazingly good.
Amazingly good.
Thank you for the save. Thank you guys for the save. Oh man, no, but this looks really good. Again, I'm with Logic on it. Normally, I wouldn't drop.
Tremendous.
I wouldn't say, oh shit, $70 on. It looks okay. So I've said this again and again and again. I'm not the type of gamer that will be sold on visuals. Like it looks beautiful, it looks great, it looks for not 4K HDR and all the ray tracing shit that everybody brags about. That's fine, but that doesn't give me, for me, a reason to go. Here's my wallet. Here's $70. It has to have a good, solid controls, an addictive gameplay loop that I'm gonna keep playing over, such as Elden Ring. I just can't drop $70 because it looks beautiful. I understand that we're in that era where it's like these consoles need to be like games need to come out beautiful. I get that. But I've always been an advocate of gameplay over looks. It's always been my thing. Same thing with first-person shooters. It has to be FPSs over what visuals look. I will give me 60, 120 frames per second on 1080p. I'm happy.
I don't need the same way. I don't want 4K fucking ray tracing.
Not at the risk of not at the risk of lagging all over the place and looking like shit. No.
You can make a game look fucking beautiful with 60 FPS and just 1080p or 1440p. You don't have to be 4K fucking sub 30 ray tracing. It looks horrendous.
The 60K should be a benchmark. Period. That should be not a benchmark. That should be the
gold standard. Yeah.
That should be going forward. 60 going up, not 30 going to 60. It should be 60 going up. I've been about because 60 frames per second adds to that quality that we keep talking about. That visual quality we keep talking about. Even if it's 1080p, if it's running at 60 frames. Or even 120, well, I wouldn't say 120, but if it's running at 60 frames 1080p, that adds to the visual of that game. It plays that much more smoother. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's hard. And I've advocated for $70. I don't put value, price on anybody's value. Whatever is your value, then go for it. I'm not gonna judge you and say no, you pay $70 for that. I don't do that. Yeah. But me personally, I just can't drop 70 just to say, oh, it looks beautiful, I'm gonna get that game. I've played many beautiful games that turned out to be shit.
Yep.
Like it's not my thing. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, to your point, there's a lot that goes into purchasing a game outside of, hey, this looks good. Hey, visually,
Absolutely.
this is visually. I mean, also everybody's different. Be like, I like the way this looks, I'm gonna buy it. I like the way this potentially plays, I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? I like the story. With this, I didn't have to see this vid doc. I didn't have to see fucking dick about this expansion, and I would have purchased it because that's how obsessed I am with Destiny. So this is our final transition, final topic of the evening. Destiny 2 Bungie vid doc. You know why I'm excited for Destiny 2 ending? Like literally the whole saga ending.
We're not gonna talk about.
Is this the last DLC for this game?
This is the second to last. But go ahead, Kills. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say we're not gonna talk about the dildos that was purchased. No, I'm just playing. Go.
Okay, yeah, no, that next pod we'll get to that.
Next pod, all right.
Yeah.
Pod. Gotcha. All right.
I want Destiny 2 to come to an end at this point.
Well,
I don't like these fucking 6 to 8 year game cycles. I want 2 to 3 years max.
When it ends, it will be the full 10 years that they told us back 10 years ago.
Yeah, they did speak about that. Yeah.
It literally will be the full 10 years between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. But I think why I'm excited for it to end the most is so I could get 60 FPS cutscenes. Because literally it's 30 FPS cutscenes, but that's fine. It's okay. I digress. But no, but seriously, like, I mean, this is also one of those games too where it's like you see the start of it, and I think to Reddish point as well, it's like it's been going on forever at this point where you're kind of like, fuck, really? But you know what? It is a live service game, so it's like, you know what else has been going on forever? WoW, and nobody bitches that it's still around. Like, you know what I mean? And that's literally what Destiny is, the first person WoW. You know,
League of Legends. I mean, there's a lot of games out there that's been on for like quite some time that still plays. Like, it has a community that follows.
But League is free to play though. This year, and you pay it $60 to $100 every. I mean, I literally paid $100 to have the what is it? The exotic. I mean, I got a bunch of.
You paid more. Right?
Well, no,
every season.
Well, every time. Well, last year got gifted to me, so shout out to Bode. He was a friend. He actually got me the Witch Queen, so he paid the $100 for me. This year, I took all my Christmas gift cards that I got. Brother hooked me up as well too with some Steam gift cards, and the second he sent them over to me, right to fucking Steam. Got the pre-order in. I was like, because I wanted my exotic weapon in Destiny 2. It was one of the pre-order bonuses. And then,
does anybody in chat know if I can purchase fucking Hogwarts Legacy with food stamps?
Okay. Jesus Christ.
EBT? No, anybody? I would love to see that because I could buy Red Bulls with it. So I want to see if I could get that kind of.
That's only because the nutritional facts are on the back of the can.
True. I need my niacin. That's something that the body needs. So yeah.
But yeah. So honestly, I mean, yeah, I'll be happy when this ends. I mean, they're paying off a lot of in this year as well too. They're going to be paying off a lot of storylines they started going back to Destiny 1. I think that's a thing too. Like, there are a lot of people that jumped out of it that haven't been following it, and I don't necessarily blame them. Because it could be overwhelming. I think now they've done a really good job of actually keeping the story narratives going season to season and actually keeping you entertained, and then it being okay for you to step out and leave and then come back when you want to. It's like, like they've done a much better job in doing that. And hey, listen, if you miss a season, you miss a season. It's what it is. But
trials and errors.
Exactly. So I think they've hit a really good flow now with the way the content is. I'm like super excited for this next year, coming up, this next expansion here, especially with the new Darkness subclass. Callus, actually seeing Callus in the game.
All this on screen is visually pleasing. Like, dude, even though I said I'm not a visual guy, but it's visually pleasing.
This new Strand class that they're doing, this new Darkness class, you're getting rid of your grenade while you're using it because that's your grapple, basically. So, like, you're literally, everything you see here, you're grappling around now, and then you have these abilities where you're able to do a grapple melee, and then which causes strand effects.
This is cool. On screen, like grappling onto the bike.
Yeah, not like you didn't move a million. I mean, I don't know if this is akin to like even when, you could Titan skate and do that, but, there's a lot of different movements and stuff you could do now. You could fly with swords, technically a certain set of swords. There's a bunch of different Destiny shit that they have. But they did weird stuff like they're getting rid of collision, I think, damage, I believe, or fall damage necessarily when this new expansion drops as
Wait,
well.
they get rid of fall damage?
Well, it's not fall damage so much. I mean, technically, you don't have fall damage, but they're getting rid of the AOE, like the killed by the architects damage. So like when you get bumped, like you're not going to just get one shot anymore, like into a wall. Or I think like because now you can do like really trolly shit with your team and with your squad, where you could take a certain sword and you could bump them into like an object and kill them. Like so because you get like this whole physics thing, so they're fixing that where it's like you're not gonna be able to troll people anymore like that. So you're gonna last with 1 HP basically. That's like one of the changes that they were doing as well. Plus you're exploring this whole new part of Neptune and this new race of people. They're like humanoid people called Cloud Striders, I believe they're called.
Yeah,
and it's cool too because they have their little ghost, which is the ghost that the stranger uses. It's crazy. It's like I said, a lot of payoff.
That one guy still rocking the man bun.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. After you watch a couple of these Bungie docs and stuff like that, you start seeing the guys. Yeah.
In the UK, we call that a twat knot.
Okay.
All right, a twat knot. I like that better. Shout out to the guy with a twat knot.
So let's see. So SJ was saying Bungie said it's the end of Light and Dark Saga, but do you really think they're ending Destiny 2?
No.
Well, they're
ending Destiny 2.
No. Destiny 2 as we know it will end. The next iteration of Destiny on a new engine will come. There will be another iteration of
literally it won't be Destiny 2. It'll be a Destiny game.
It'll be a Destiny game, but it'll be the next iteration of Destiny. Yes, or a new saga, however they decide to go forward. I don't see it as like a Mass Effect Andromeda kind of thing, but it's definitely going to be, something different, obviously. But it's definitely there. Bungie's working on quite a few things. Supposedly, they got another live service game coming out for I don't even know what they got the Marathon. Supposedly, their next game coming out is going to be a third-person looter shooter that's based in the Marathon universe. That was the report, so God only knows what that is. But they are going to be Destiny is not ending. But this Light and Dark saga is ending. So,
this whole arc.
This whole arc is ending.
Being told, yeah.
Yeah. So and like I said, that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of people still in my gaming group that are looking forward to it as well. And I'm not a shill here anymore. Like I'm not like going to try to like be like, oh, you got to try it. Oh, you got to do it. It's like if you played it before, it's definitely I think it's cool, to kind of maybe jump back into it. But maybe jump back into it when they end up doing like sales for like the new expansion or something. Because right now at full price, I want to say it's $100 if you get the pre-order, like it's a digital pre-order with all the seasons, and that's the only reason why it was 100 because it comes with every season, and it comes with so that's another thing too. It's like I don't have to pay the extra $10 each season. It's like I'll have each season already there, including the first season that comes out because the new season will drop with the expansion as well too. But yeah,
Destiny 2 was the fact that they used to remove DLC when they brought new DLC.
Well, they still technically they still do that now. So the Destiny content, the Destiny content vault, right? So like but that's also a limitation on, unfortunately, on the game itself. Which once again, I'm not making excuses for them. It's just literally the engine that they had just couldn't take all the assets that were trying to fucking add to the game, basically. And in certain instances, it did suck because like you can't go back to the previous things and like literally like if you weren't there for it, you weren't there for it. Which I don't even know if there were other games that have gone to that lengths in that instance to like do that. And it wasn't on purpose. It was mainly just because they couldn't have it in the game. They couldn't fit everything in the game. So I think that's also too why they wanted, because if this engine was any better, like they would have probably just kept it, because the game outside of story, outside of all of that stuff, the game is like it still is one of the best first person shooters like out there, period. The end, like full stop. Like to play this game and to shoot guns in this game, it's unbelievable.
I got all the achievements in it and then never went back to it. It was one of those games for me.
Did I get all the? I think I got all the achievements as well. No, there's some the original ones you mean? For original ones.
Yeah, I got all the base ones.
I think the raid was probably. I'm probably missing maybe a raid one, like playing it on hard or something like that. I don't know if that was an achievement or not, but I might be missing.
A few years ago, when they turned on the whole cross-play and cross-save progression, I remember loading on to when I got my Series S. I loaded on to Destiny when they added like some of those, I think Beyond Light to like Game Pass and stuff like that. I loaded my account up. And I think I remember I told you that day, I got every single achievement in the game.
It popped.
And
'cause
literally
had it,
every single. I was
cross saved.
I was a
cross progression.
Everything was it was cross progression. I literally had everything done. I didn't have to do one fucking thing.
You know, that's a beautiful thing when you pop in a game and it's like, bloop, bloop.
Yeah. I kept getting achievements. They were glitched basically. Because they tried to like pop every single achievement and it couldn't do it. It just wasn't catching up.
So are you like me, like an achievement, like in that sense, an achievement horror, where it's like, when that happens, when I pop in the title and the achievement's just popping because I played it on a different, version, like I played it on PS2 or whatever, I played it on a different console or in a PC, it pops. I get up and I start stripping. I feel like a stripper at that point. Like, yeah, pay me, baby.
I mean, I was excited. I was like,
am I the only one?
No, I was definitely excited. I was like, wow, this was cool. That I just got free like 2,300 points, and I didn't do. I mean, it's not that I didn't do anything. I did everything, but just not at that moment. So
okay, all right. So I'm the only one. Thank you for not focusing on that. So
man.
I literally take articles of clothes off when achievements pop like that. Like, yeah, especially the rare ones. The rare ones you get more. Yeah, let's go.
But yeah,
like
that's
that? Oh no.
That's coming out February 28th, 2 days before my birthday. So not this Tuesday.
It feels like it's been advertised for like marketing.
Well, this is it now. That's the vid doc is pretty much the last thing we get, and then that's it. So that video that I just showed there, and then it's right to. And then I guess one last thing just to route it out. I don't know if you saw this, but Diablo 4.
Open fucking beta.
Yeah.
Is it beta?
It's open. Yeah, no, it's open. So it's the Diablo 4. This was the open. Yeah, it was open beta. So I'm gonna pull that up.
Early access for those who purchased the game.
Yep, early access for those who purchased by a few days, which looks very interesting.
Diablo 4 looks fucking dope as well. What they showed off.
I've never been big on Diablo, as I said before, but this Diablo 4 is really like the modes they got going into this, the implementations. I'm like, I'm gonna definitely try this out.
I love the idea of these multiplayer raids that they're adding and shit. They just look so fun.
I put the volume up here too.
It was forged as a refuge from the war.
This is Diablo?
Between the high heavens
Diablo.
and the burning hells.
This is the opening in-game cinematic.
Instead, it became a new battleground in this eternal conflict. A secretive group called the Haradrim has kept mortals safe.
Well, then again, here's the thing. So for those listening and for those watching right now, if you guys want to experience this, like when the game first comes out, I'm not going to play this whole thing because this is the whole opening game cutscene. So I'm just going to skim through. But
it is?
Yeah, it's literally the full in-game opening cutscene. Okay. So I'm kind of cutting through.
I'll just close my eyes.
Well, it's fine. I cut all the way to the end. This is what we care about. So right here, pre-order for beta early access. So early access starts March 17th to the 19th, and then the open beta is the 24th to the 26th. So that's pretty dope.
I try to avoid all like fucking reviews and.
Yeah.
See this game right here, I'm with you on that. Like a game like this, I'm not even. I see a little bit of it. I'm like, I don't want to know more about that story. I want to play it. I want to try it out and figure it out myself. Like that.
I saw what they showed off at E3 and I was very impressed. And now I'll just wait until the game comes out. I don't want to look at all the gameplay and shit because. It will just ruin it for me when it comes out.
So. So that drops March 17th, 19 early access, open beta March 24th, 26, and then the game comes out 6/6/23. And also, if that deal goes through, that game will be on Game Pass.
6/6 missed opportunity with the year. Damn it! Should have.
Well, no. Well, 2 times 3 is 6.
Oh, true.
So 6/6.
Careful, we're gonna have the
No, remember 3/20, 3/23, 23. Yeah. Okay, okay, listen, Redders, real quick before we let you go. Okay, Starfield. Is it come out in March or is it coming out when is Starfield coming out? What's your honest
humble be out in June.
June.
Yeah,
okay.
You say June? Okay.
Before the showcase? Before
this coming out in May, isn't it?
Yes.
So I just can't see them releasing 2 games like that back to back. I think it'll be a bit of time between like
a buffer.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for them to just drop it all at once. I think we'll find out at E3 that it'll be out in June, and I think we'll get Motorsport towards the end of the year.
Okay.
I reckon they'll space it out. I just can't see them dropping it all at once because I mean the whole idea was they wanted to get a first party out every quarter, and they've got an opportunity now to start doing that. So why release it all at once? Do you know what I mean?
True.
We have a working theory where Star Wars got delayed from March to April because they wanted to get out the way of Starfield.
Yep.
You reckon?
Yep.
I think it'll be June. I think it'll come out in June.
Yeah, I mean, like, we are getting late in February to have everything going, or to have like any type of little. Because remember, they did say that they wanted to give Starfield its own little direct, similar to what we saw at the beginning of the month.
I'm not that interested in Starfield. Like, I want to be because I
fucking
love Fallout.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I love Fallout, but like what they showed off at E3.
This is what I like about Reddit. Reddit, we're Xbox gamers, but we share those opinions. Like just because it's on Xbox doesn't mean we got.
Yes, I agree.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, not everybody's big fucking Todd Howard, and not everybody loves God Howard. And what everybody does. Like, I'm not the biggest Elder Scrolls person, to tell you that much, and that might be blasphemy. Like, I'm going to set a lot of people off with that, but it's like,
it's like me and Halo. I'm not the biggest Halo fan. I'm just
you generally find that if people like Fallout, they don't like Elder Scrolls, and if they like Elder Scrolls, they generally don't like Fallout.
Right.
And Starfield is one of those where it's like, from what they showed off at E3, it just looked rough as fuck. Like the combat looked rough, the frame rate looked rough.
It looked early.
That game is not going to be a 60 FPS game. I'm going to throw that out.
It looked early. Also, you think it's not going to be 60?
No, absolutely not. It looked horrendous.
At what they showed, what they showed, it looked early.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, because this is a topic in the community, and I know we're running over our time, but if the game is not, you already said you're not interested in it, but if you were remotely interested in it, does 30 and 60 frames change your mind on that game? Like, is it a killer for you?
It's not a killer. Like, it's not a killer, but I'm not going to be one of those. I mean, I'm going to play it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be like, oh, got no fucking interest. Not going to play it. I will play it, but it doesn't. I mean, I made the mistake of playing No Man's Sky last year, and I fell in love with it.
That's not a mistake. It's a great fucking game.
Jumping into that,
it's a great game. Yes, it is.
Like, it's 60 FPS. It's fucking a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And ever since they unveiled Starfield, all I can think of is No Man's Skyrim, and that's what it looks like.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I don't really fucking care for it because I've already got No Man's Sky. So.
Sure.
No, I gotta ask you: is this a preconceived notion because of what the media and the community has been talking about? Because I know that's been said a lot over and over again. It looks like like a rip off of.
It looks like a rip off of No Man's Sky, but like, here's the thing, right? Fucking Fallout 4 was horrendous when that game came out. Performed awfully. 76 wasn't.
General consensus agrees.
76 also was horrendous for a live. Remember, 76 was their first attempt at live service. And Jesus, I mean, now it's actually not halfway bad. It's not halfway bad now, from what I understand. I think they've done a lot.
It was half baked when it first came out.
Yeah.
I just can't see a game of that scale being 60 FPS. I mean, what they showed off at E3 looked sub 30 in places. It's just the creation engine is notorious for being shit, and it's just an upgraded version of the creation engine. They've always had problems with it. I don't think that game is going to be smooth.
For sure, the game will come out with bugs. It's a staple of
it's a fucking Bethesda game. If it's not buggy, it's probably not developed.
I just don't see it. Just knowing what we know about it being a flagship title, and just knowing what we know about how heavily invested people are into it, I don't see it. At least them saying when it does launch, when we find out more about it, them saying like, "Hey, this is 4K 60 at least on the Xbox." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get all of those claims, and that whether they're managing to hit those expectations or not, I feel like they're going to set the expectations like, no, this is 4K, this is 60, like, at least when we get to that point. And hopefully when they do decide to show us more about it, it is in a better state than what we did see.
Honestly, I think they're in tune to the community when it comes to that, and why it got delayed twice. I think that's partly the reason why they had that conversation behind closed doors and said, let's delay this a little bit more, because I think they're in tune and they're aware of that conversation happening within the Xbox.
There's a lot riding on that game.
Bench these type of bench. This is what they're looking for. And yes, there's a lot riding on that game. And like you said, it is probably gonna be the flagship title going forward. One of the flagship titles going forward. So yeah.
Here's the thing, though, right? You got Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. I mean, these games were buggy as fuck.
Yes.
absolutely buggy beyond belief.
You can't deny that, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to have a duplication glitch. Dude, I cannot fucking... I'm that guy. I am that guy. I'm exploit the second that fucking YouTube video goes up. Oh, duplicate XYZ. That's fucking me. I'm sorry. That's how I play those games. I'm duplicating everything.
Game of the year contenders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though I'm not necessarily interested in it, it could still
that's how I normally play games. I put my developer's hat on from the past, and when I play games, I try to break it. Like, that's just what I do. Like, I'll do shit that's not even meant to be in the game, and it breaks. I'm going, fuck me.
That's funny. Like, you end up like trying to look like you end up playing the game like you're looking for the bug.
Yeah, I'm looking for the bug. You know this every time I hit you up. Yeah. The game is great, but I experienced this, and you're like, but that's not even part of the game mechanics. Well, it is now.
Well, it is now because I fucking discovered it.
Yeah. That's how I fucking play games, which is crazy. But once you've done that kind of work before in the past, like, you just can't take that. Like, it's like second nature to me. Damn. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Dude, Redders, it's like 11 o'clock over there, right, brother?
Yeah. 11:15. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're not trying to. Thank you for coming. Yeah. I literally. I definitely want to thank you,
Mr. Redders, coming to or Redders TV. To appreciate you taking last minute invite. It was one of those spur of the moment things. But I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
And everybody over there at XBL.
Big pleasure having you here. We haven't had a guest in a while, but like I always tell all my guests, man, you guys come through. You have the keys. If you ever want to come back on the show, don't hesitate and ask. Hey,
yeah, man, no worries.
Can I get on? No worries.
Yeah,
you're now part of the
for sure.
You're now part of the Sensei's Thoughts podcast or Sensei's Thoughts family. So officially, you've always been a part of it, but officially. But Redders, man, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on XBL every Thursday, 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I stream on the XPN network now, but I stream there occasionally. I've started streaming a bit more there. You can find me on Twitter at redderstv.com. Well, not redderstv.com, at redderstv. Yeah, I'm not a website, don't worry. You can fucking find me.
Don't give Elon any fucking ideas. Don't give Elon any ideas, please.
But yeah, you can mostly find me on the XPN network YouTube channel, which
links in the chat, guys. So go check them out. If you haven't subscribed to them, definitely go subscribe to them. So
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah,
absolutely, man. We appreciate you being on.
We are planning a crossover kind of a pod with you guys. Maybe
we'll do it.
So hopefully that happens soon. We'll get with you guys so we could do that. So we could do like a crossover event. Chat.
Yeah.
Absolutely fire today. I appreciate you guys coming in. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, hopefully we provided you with good content, good conversation, good discussion on purely on video games. Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. We are trying to hit a goal of 500 subscribers before the end of the year. We're currently at 445. Although there's somebody who keeps fucking around and keeps unsubscribing and subscribing.
It's me. It's me.
It's you.
It's me. It's literally me. Yeah, like every time like you hit me up, it's like, bro, fucking lost him again. Like, what the fuck? I'm like,
every fucking time.
It's literally me unsubscribing and resubscribing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just I'm just trying to have some fun.
Okay. So stop that.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
So yeah, the links been spammed by Logic. Other than that, man, Logic, any last words?
No, man. Once again, just really thank you, Redders, for jumping on. We appreciate you, brother.
No worries.
Good pod all around. Obviously, always a pleasure. Podding with you, man. Solid pod as always. Thank you, everybody that listen. Everybody listening to the audio through whatever DSPs, you know who we are. Shout out to Anchor, even though we're not sponsored, but kind of are. Shout out to Anchor. Shout out to everybody listening to the audio. Shout out to Nick on Replay Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whenever the fuck he gets to actually listen to us. And then just shout out to everybody.
Right.
Yeah. And literally shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody showing love from everyone from Xbox Infinite, Infinite Podcast people, obviously Denver holding it down, Yobi holding it down. Anybody new that was in here, UK Dazarus, thank you for jumping in. Fastback in here. SJ, thank you for coming by. Literally just everybody and anybody. If I'm not saying your name, I'm sorry. My brother, obviously, Draven. Shout out to Draven. Kima in here as well too. Just everybody in here showing us love. We appreciate you.
If you guys don't mind, I would just like to add that UK Daz is going to be on the Thursday show this week, so make sure you tune in.
Absolutely.
Ooh, nice.
So
nice.
That's XBL on Thursday, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
XPN or XBL?
It's XBL Party Podcast on the XPN network.
On the XPN network. Yeah. You know what XPN reminds me of? UPN. You know what XPN reminds me of? Real quick, the UPN. Remember UPN?
UPN, the network.
Remember UPN channel 9? That's old school. You won't know that.
The moment they changed it to XPN, that's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. It's a American network out here, channel network.
Yeah,
regular broadcast.
Yeah, UPN back when I was a kid.
It was called UPN Network. The moment I saw you guys change to XPN, I'm like, oh shit, UPN. That makes sense.
Yeah, that was fucking me up.
Weird, but it makes sense. And Brazil, my brother Brazil is in the. I mean, Timber, as always, man. Super supporter. I appreciate you, man, for coming in every single week and hitting me up on Twitter and blowing me up. And I appreciate you guys. But man, chat. He's legendary, man. You guys has been awesome. Like I say every week, man. Until next week, please enjoy your Sunday and happy fucking gaming, everybody.
Later.
In a bit.